Didn't really want him.
That's not here.
Yo.
Really-
All right, who are we missing? Still waiting on Epsi and waiting on Geo. I believe Geo is still streaming. Yeah, he's should be here any minute now. Let's see what he's up to over there. Looks like he's chatting, so I'm not gonna interrupt him. Triggidy looks like he's trying to get his camera going there. Once we get everybody in here, I'll get names up for everyone. How's everybody's?
Yeah.
All right. How's everybody's week so far, man? Frank, anything exciting going on with you?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's about as exciting as it gets. It's not much.
All of your base got belong to us. Hands in the air, let's just squat on
All
your
right.
forehead.
Hammer Brother,
Hands in
thanks
the air,
for
let's
the
just squat on your
resub.
forehead.
I've got to
Hands in
figure
the
out how
air,
to get
let's just
that a
squat
lot
on your
quieter.
forehead.
That is
Hands in the
scares
air,
the
let's
shit
just
out
squat
of
on
me
your
every
doorstep.
time.
Hands in the air.
This is squad, baby.
Right now, I'm doing this right now.
This is squad. This is squad.
Hands in the air with the squat at your doorstep.
All right. Hammer Brother, are they coming across okay?
Sorry,
volume
I'm just
level?
trying to get this to work here.
So since you're streaming, Triggidy, you cannot use a camera for the display at the same time.
Okay, that's what I am. Yes, that's what I am experiencing. But can I
So
just
you
share
need
my
to-
screen?
If you want to show your face, you can just not have us on the screen. But if you want, what you could do is disable the camera on your OBS.
Yeah.
And enable the camera on Discord and show the Discord video as your cam, if that makes sense, on your stream.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you've got
Just like how what the Kirball is doing right now.
Yeah, you've got to
Kirball.
right click on the source and then properties and then deactivate.
Oh my god, there's a bird in my fucking house.
Oh my god,
Hey,
there's a
Geo.
bird in my fucking
Geo.
house. Geo,
Sweet.
thank you for the
Geroren,
He's
the
coming on right
Witcher of keyboards.
The Witcher of keyboards?
The Witcher of key. Oh, he's rating. Party of
He is
24.
rating. He is
He is
rating.
master rating.
Welcome, Smoky Spoon. Watch out for the bird. Yeah, exactly. Gotta watch
Bird
out
is
for
the word.
The
All right,
bird.
I got
There we go.
Bird's the word. Bird's the word.
Have you heard about the bird? Everybody knows that the bird is the word.
Umama, uma, mau, mau, uma, mau, mau.
Oh Lord. Alright, guessing Geroren will be here in a second. Let's see. Has anybody talked to Epsilon?
What happened to the special guest that we were supposed to have?
When I asked Epsi a couple of days ago, he said he was coming. But that was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I reminded
Not
him
that
yesterday.
Not that special guest.
Not the other one. From the land of YouTube.
So yeah.
Fuck you, Kirball.
Oh, well, thanks for the follow there, Foot Chicken. So we had talked with Foot Chicken, yeah. We had talked with Hippio, and he had planned to join us, and then he, a week or two ago, messaged me and had something come up, and he's got to fly back home to his family, so he's unable to make it. So maybe we will have him for something in the future.
Sure.
Hard to say. Yeah,
There's the Witcher.
he didn't really.
The
Elaborate
fucking Witcher,
himself.
dude.
Gio was saying something about an age requirement. Is there an age requirement to get in here into this Discord server?
No,
Yeah.
but you look like
Canadian
45, so you're good.
Superman.
See, thanks, Frank. Thanks, Frank.
Wait, hold on, Gio. What do you sound like
Same
you're
here,
talking through 1920s telephone right now?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, your mic does sound a little
I
different.
mean, your microphone looks really fancy and expensive, but damn, you
Yeah.
sound like telephone.
Sound like total shit. Hang on, let me change it up. 1 sec.
Not just total shit, but like 1980s early technology wireless.
Is
Yeah,
mine good? Because
well,
I've had trouble in Discord with the stupid Discord settings.
There we go. That sounds much better.
Zach,
That's better.
Oh, there you go.
All right,
There,
now
how's that for
we
the,
got the
the
Witcher
silky
better.
smooth?
that's
The
the
silky
the,
smooth voice.
the buttery
Oh,
smooth
yeah.
voice we were
Oh,
hoping for.
Doesn't Geroren remind you of Superman? Like, be honest.
Ken Clark.
Ken Clark.
Yeah.
Clark Kent Frank.
No, I know, but
Yeah, hey, brother. I was
Come
waiting until
on.
everybody was there.
I know.
You too.
Like,
Oh,
Clark
oh,
Kent,
okay,
like,
okay.
you know
I'm
what I
dumb. I'm
mean?
dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. That's my
It's like
bad.
it's Canadian Superman. Clark.
Yes.
Ken
Yes.
Clark.
Kent Clark.
The shittier frozen version of Superman.
Instead of working at a newspaper, he's making USB cables on the internet.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my god.
Let's
Uh,
Terrible.
Canadian
let's,
Kent.
There you go.
create it,
Oh
man.
my god. No way.
Start it
No
up.
way. Start it up.
Pipe it up.
Okay, I'm gonna open up our notes too, so it's like even like attempting to be remotely organized.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
I am definitely
everybody's
not going to be organized.
names
I'm
up
losing
here on
focus.
stream.
I am swapping keycaps.
There you go. We're doing something.
Must have come with age or something. So yeah, so pretty much all of us are mid 30s and later,
I am not mid-30s, sir.
early 30s.
Yes.
You're what, like
I can say this.
Babies. Babies.
31. 31.
Gazoo is older than me. I do know that Gazoo is older than me, so there's the upper limit of how old I am.
yeah,
But
Kazoo.
it's also I'm
You
also
can just
older than
tell us
Kirball.
how old you are. It's not
I know.
that big of a deal.
Okay,
Like,
you're right. I'm 42 years old.
yeah,
That's how old I am.
It's not that bad.
I told you look like 40.
Yeah, you about got it.
Frank just not.
He said 45. He said 45.
you look old as shit.
Yeah. I mean, you've been aging doing
Haggard.
all this keyboard shit. you know.
Yeah,
It's not good for your skin.
that's right.
Frank!
Jesus, how old do you think I am? Fucking hell.
Like 67.
I'll take it. Asshole.
I just thought it was funny because Gio said I wasn't old. How old are you, Gio?
43.
So we're like basically the same age.
Yeah, basically the same age.
Old,
Damn,
bunch of
y'all
old. folks
old.
here.
Y'all
Yeah.
old.
Y'all old is right.
Oh,
for
jeez,
sure.
I
Y'all
just-
old. I'd be busting no cap.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
you need to
This
chill.
again. Not this again.
Next
Yeah,
year,
you-
your daughter's gonna hear you say that. Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me.
Right.
She hears it all the time.
Sorry, man. She's already
I
embarrassed.
go like this. I go like this. Watch.
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh no! Why you gotta do that to your daughter? Dude?
Because it's fun.
Do you bust out those sweet dance moves when you're
No, I don't go that far.
dropping her off at school?
Alrighty.
I don't go that
I think
far.
Kirball's still working on our nameplate, but as soon as we get that done, we'll jump right into the nice topic.
As soon as. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This grandpa
are you
taking
looting?
forever putting a name on the fucking screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn, Frank, you're cranky as
I gotta
fuck
tell
today,
you.
dude.
No, I was gonna say I kind of like off-stream Frank. He's like super. He's like
Bro, he gives
got
no
extra-
fucks about anyone's feelings.
no, but that's great. There's more attitude. I like it.
There's
like,
there's a
Right?
joke, inside joke where I forget which channel has this command, but if you do Frank command, it will say Frank on stream is not same as Frank on chat.
100%.
Me off stream is so different than me on stream.
Dude, it's like 'cause
Gio
there's-
said the
'cause
same
there's
thing
Frank.
about me.
Totally though, because
I'm just always the same.
you get Kirball on like on chatting on your stream, and he's like just like savage as shit. Like he's like
Yeah.
all kinds of sassy, whatever. But then you get him on a call, and he's like, "No, hey y'all, whatever. Like we'll just do whatever makes sense for everybody. It's all good. I don't want to tell anyone what to do.
Right,
like
right,
he's
right.
just chill. Like he's like so accommodating and chill, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah. He's trying to be the typical old man.
yeah,
Be
that's right.
accommodating.
That's
hey,
right.
hey kids, hey ya kids.
That's right.
Let's talk about springs and switches.
No, but I love it because you get Frank on his channel too, and he's like, he's got that like mellow, like, okay, hey guys, well, hi, we're just gonna take care of some switches here. I got a new board. Here's the PLX. Right? We're gonna take from Peak Design. This is the thing, whatever. Like chill, whatever. And then now you get him here on someone else's chat, and he's just like, old man stream. This guy doesn't know what's up. Whatever, just like throwing shade.
He's savage, man.
Love it.
Hey, I gotta say,
real.
Frank definitely did a
like
great job with
Tanya.
with loaning his voice over to me. I'm like falling way behind on chat, guys.
I 100% did not recognize that at all, Frank. Not even.
I haven't even like looked at chat. I'm unfollowing Kirball in rage just from seeing Project Builds do that. Excuse me, I'm fucking hip.
He's hip, because that's all the cool kids call themselves hip.
Yeah, that exactly.
Yeah, you're cool when you say you're hip.
Y'all just mad.
Speaking of cool kids,
stay mad.
Who picked
Have you
up
heard
round
Project's
2?
playlist? It's the best. He's hip as fuck.
I'm hip.
Anybody pick up round 2 of cool
sure.
kids? No.
No.
I was about to, but it's just too ugly. I
What?
can't.
Cool Kids is
It's
great.
horrible.
I don't like
No,
it
it's
either.
not. I don't like it at all. It would. I
think-
wanted to because it's like. I wanted to, but I wouldn't use it. I would just
Right.
have it.
Even for round
That's the
1, a lot of people
problem.
bought in because they thought it was kind of funny, whatever. And then
Yeah.
sure, you saw a bunch of photos in the beginning, like first month or 2 maybe, but after that, no one uses them, and after a while, they're all flooding Mac market. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use it.
It's funny.
It's on my stack TKL. Well, I just bought 2 fucking sets of it last night from the extras on KVD Fans.
That's what old men do to stay cool. But
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Yeah, 'cause
Hey.
that set's not hip.
I like the set. It's
Can you
unique.
stop saying hip?
it's
No.
unique. All right.
God
Cool
damn.
Kids is ugly. You
I-
agree. Boo on all of you. You
Oh my
guys.
god.
All of
Tanya,
you.
It's just-
incredible.
Tanya says I
wish-
like chaos, but not that kind of chaos. Chaos Theory had funky legends as well, but I actually
Haven't
really
seen
like
Chaos
Chaos Theory.
Theory.
I like the inverted legends. That hit for me. I was in for that.
I like that too.
Haven't seen that one.
I
didn't get it.
wish it would have had a run where, or I wish it had like a option where like, all the alphas weren't all screwy and were straight, but everything else was kind of screwy. I think that would look kind of cool, maybe.
Like the mods were screwy, you mean?
Yes.
Like
I kind of
okay.
expected
mods were
something
screwy?
like that for round 2, but
And then the alphas were straight. I think that would have looked kind of cool, but
yeah, that was like one of the
I can't.
biggest complaints people
not
had
funny.
was the mods weren't, special. That was like the one thing. So I figured round 2 that would kind of be a thing, but nope.
But I mean, if the alphas were straight, it would basically be Milkshake, like with like a bit of an off-color mod set, but right, like it's kind of
Yeah.
I mean, okay, fine. The mods are colored, so that's not exactly true, but
Yeah.
I mean, shrug.
All right, so I've got an ad about to start here. Crap.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh no.
That was.
I was getting hit with
came out of-
HelloFresh sponsorships now.
Yeah.
That's like
Hello
that's like
Fresh,
that's
huh?
the new thing.
All right.
That's just how old we are. We go grocery shopping.
That's right.
Hey, I go
Next thing we know,
every other day.
Love it. Love grocery shopping.
emergency button. What do you call those? Emergency button that you buy for your grandma? I have fallen and I cannot get up.
Life
Oh,
alert!
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Life alert!
The
Yeah.
life alert.
I actually have one of those.
Oh my goodness, dude.
You have
Oh,
a
that's
life
so
alert?
hip. That
I
is
actually,
so hip, project.
I actually have one of those, man.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
For yourself?
You guys believe me?
Oh my god.
It's like
You got
so-
us. Project, you got us.
so hip.
I got you.
so
I got you.
hip.
I got you.
All the
got
hip
'em.
folks are rocking the life alert.
Stop. Oh
The-
my
Okay.
goodness.
The best thing about the life alert commercial is like when they show like the call center and all the computers are like from the 70s with like the monochrome green and black screens. It's
Fuck
like
you, Kirball.
it's like those are the
Like
people.
old terminal screens.
Yeah, those are the people I want my grandma's life in their hands. They're
the crack-
still
that's the
running
crack
computers
team
from
of,
40 years ago.
Right. Right.
All right. So You gotta be old enough to even get the joke at one. Wasabi, thanks for the follow. Alright, so as far as topics, let me get the list up. Everybody cool with starting on is the ad running? There's an ad running. Oh, sorry about that.
I don't see an ad, but it's because I'm subbed. And if you're not subbed to Kirball, what's wrong with you?
Well, if they're not subbed, they didn't hear you anyways. But thanks for trying.
Yeah, that's.
I tried, man.
I'm not subbed, but I got ad blocker, so fuck you.
Hey, there you go. All right, ad is now over. Excuse me,
Frank. You are such a different person. I never heard you like this.
I love sassy Frank. Sassy Frank is the best.
Ruthless.
That's the word. You are sassy as fuck.
Project, you had a chance to meet me in person and experience this in real life, and you turned me down.
No, I'm just, dude.
turned me down?
Oh, you know what, Frank? My family is more important than you, so I'm not gonna come out and see you.
Feels legit, Frank. I don't know, man. Like,
gotta have priorities.
I literally am like just running around until like 8 o'clock. Like legit, 8 o'clock is when everyone goes to bed.
Frank Insty wants to know what you're lubing.
Oh, Insty, I'm lubing something
here.
special that I cannot show on screen.
Something you
I
heard
think
it
he
there.
knows what that is. Though. If I said that, Insty, you would know what that is.
Lil Frank.
All right.
Little sneak
Okay.
peek.
Oh. Ooh.
That's
What's
it.
he got there?
Bumblebee.
That's all you can see.
All right. So first thing we're gonna talk about group buys. Is the group buy model still something that the hobby should be using? Is it outdated? Should we move on to something new? Do we have ideas for alternatives to the current group buy model?
I mean, I think
Frank.
it's entirely possible. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Trig.
I think it's entirely possible for them to have in-stock keycaps like on the regular for basically every type of keycaps. It seems to only be PBT right now. I think there needs to be more double shot ABS so we can have better quality certain colorways. But I mean, and what can you do about that except for stop participating in the group buys
Yeah.
and buying in-stock keycaps?
Yeah. Yeah. I just had.
So-
Frank, you laughed. You laughed when I'm not sure if you were laughing at something else or you were laughing at the question.
The group buy?
Yeah.
I think there's still some place for group buy. Not all, but I think there's definitely some place for group buy. But like I think our hobby has grown to a place where we have enough vendors and quote unquote investor who's willing to up the front the cost a little bit, especially for popular GMK sets that's already successfully ran round one.
Yeah.
So
I think that's important though, right? Like
round one, new design, new colorways, new theme. Sure, there's a bit of a risk because we still see some sets that have hard time selling or does not meet MOQ, and those also who met MOQ but end up with many extras at the end of the day. But if it's round two, for example, botanical round two, I think that should have been fully funded by a vendors or group of vendors, so that there's no waiting period of time for the customers. What I think the fun part of the group buy is that in the beginning, in the days of the crowdfunding and all that stuff, the feeling of being part of a project was a big thing, and you know, the exclusivity and all that stuff was all part of it. But round two about already popular GMK sets that's been already huge success to the point that there's like copies after copies. I think worldwide, like 6 to 10 different vendors can get together, decide how many sets they want to sell, put the money down, and go from there. We have vendors who has enough money, in my opinion, to get that going. Not on now, in that sense, what that does for us is one, we don't have to now. People who are getting into hobby these days doesn't have to be anxiously wait 2 years plus for GMK to get this out, with their money all held hostage by all these different vendors. But when vendors step up and do these things, I feel like that will only bring more loyalty to these vendors. That they put trust in the creators and trust in the industry overall, to saying that, you know what, you guys really like this keycap set, we're gonna put our money forward, and I know that you guys will buy this out. I think round 2s and round 3s, I think that can definitely move on to the next level of purchase option for consumers more than group buy. And we're already seeing that kind of being effective with the what's the company name? Novelty's doing their PBT
Novelty's,
sets.
yeah.
And they're doing a really good job. I saw a set from them, the Taro set. Qualities are great. You know what? They didn't do much of a group. They don't do group buy. They didn't do like IC per se. Yeah, nice PBT Fujis right
I got that today, and I got Type 6 today.
Noel.
Yeah. So these
Awesome
options
caps.
only right.
Awesome.
So there's a thing, like as GMK takes longer and longer to produce, and obviously GMK is still, in my opinion, top quality. Yes,
Top tier, yeah.
But let's be honest, other manufacturers are coming close. They're and when the benefit of getting the set that you want and you pay for sooner than 1 year, like earlier than within a year time frame, you know, our money goes to something that you can get our stuff right away. So I do.
There's a thing of it though, Frank, too. Like, so I'm a fan of the in stock. Like, I'd rather have it in stock, right? But I wonder right now, just based on the way that I guess the vendors are kind of spoiled by the existing model, what's their incentive? What's their incentive to front the money?
See, that's
like
that's the thing.
Go ahead, everyone. I've been talking too much. My bad.
I'm gonna say I agree with a lot of what Frank said. I think there's still a place for group buys, say for boards, you know, for independent creators. But things like GMK, especially, GMK hasn't taken orders from a unestablished vendor that they've taken orders from since before COVID. So the only people that are getting GMK sets made are these established vendors that have plenty of money to afford these keycap sets.
Is that true? Like, do we know that is true?
There's vendors make a lot of money, especially these big vendors. Like
like the Kirball.
I'm spending too much money, and I put all my money back into more stuff. But a lot of these vendors that have been around for years, I mean, you saw like what Novel Keys with the letter that Mike sent, how much he's paying his employees and stuff like that. I mean, Canon Keys, they've got like 9 or 10 in stock sets that they're selling now. They can get those made. What makes you think they can't afford to get a GMK set made?
I mean, the stuff, like, and again, keep in mind, I'm on the I'm on the in stock side of the fence. I'm not trying to argue the other side of the fence. I'm just curious though, like the whatever an MOQ is for a business though, to have that money tied up for the period of time that it's taking for GMK to produce, like just to tie those two ideas together, it feels like a risky proposition. If GMK was turning around, like, I'm not sure, like right now it looks like the Canon Keys restock on PBT sets is like 2 to 3 months or so. Like we saw Taro get sold out and then came back in 3 months later. If I was a business and I knew I could make an investment and turn it around in 3 months, that's a very different proposition than I got to wait 2 years to get my money back. Like, you know what I mean? For the full shebang. So I'm not, again,
I gotta tell you this though, like, I'm speaking from consumer side. To be honest, I love a lot of the vendors who are in the industry. I think there are many of them are really good at trying to, you know, actually care for the industry and stuff like that. But as a consumer, not my problem.
Not my
And
problem. 100%.
If you're a vendor and you think you can just always put that on consumers to bear that load, you're wrong. You're wrong. And we're gonna touch the topic of. I know someone in the chat also brought something about AliExpress, which means clones and copies. We're gonna talk about that later on too. But there are reasons why consumers rather pay cheap and get something right away. And if you cannot deliver that, if you feel like you don't want to put up that front cost, well then fine, someone else will. We don't care. Consumers as a whole will get what we want. If you're not the vendor who's gonna do it, there will be someone else who's gonna do it for us. At the end, if all vendors back out of this, you know what? Good. We'll go back to then straight up GMK working with the artists straight up instead of just selective vendors. We'll just go to that. Guess what? There will be money to be made, and if you don't want to see those money going into China for people who are making clones, well, someone's gonna step up. Really, that's what's gonna happen at the end of the day.
I spoke with GMK Andy on Reddit when he made the post about for GMK talking about production.
Yeah.
And China's not the problem. It's other Asian countries. China actually will, stop the counterfeiters. But it's like Malaysia, Singapore. Those are the countries where a lot of these counterfeits are coming from. Because I asked him, I was like, "Are you guys taking efforts?" He's like, "Yeah, we put a lot into it." And because I suggested, I said, "Hey, if you trademark it in China."
Try to post a link to the post.
I got you.
So Hammer Brothers said, Teja recently said there's too many vendors right now. What do you guys think from a vendor's perspective? I don't think the number of vendors is necessarily good or bad. I think though there's a problem with every vendor coming in thinking they can do the same thing that's already been happening. When we're talking about GMK versus nice PBT or whatever, I think the real differentiator is going to be the fact that right now the hobby is ripe for disruption, right? And I've talked about disruption, I think, on my stream a little bit too. When if you want to just come in and keep doing group buy model over and over again, okay, yeah, we've already got vendors that are doing that. I think if someone wants to enter and start to figure out a way to make it better or different, similar to what Canon Keys is doing or similar to what Novel Keys is doing, then it's like, we could use more of that. What we don't need is just people getting in the line to try to do more of already what is. The other thing about GMK, which is interesting, is okay, yeah, the quality is there, it's right at the top, and this, I'm going to try to segue here into the next topic too. It's very expensive. So it's when you try to get new people into the hobby, or new people come to you asking about the hobby or whatever, and they're like, oh, I want to get keycap sets, and you're like, okay, well, here's what color do you want, or whatever, yada yada. GMK is kind of the de facto thing. I've had people look at me and go, dude, I'm not paying 3 times what I paid for my entry keyboard to put caps on it. They're like, forget it, man. That's not the thing. So it'd be interesting to figure out how to either, and like I said, I'm kind of intentionally guiding the conversation a bit here, but either do double shot ABS to a particular level of quality in a way that maybe isn't quite so expensive, or figure out a way to kind of just reduce the cost for people who are trying to get into the hobby and not sort of make the clones feel so appealing, right? Or feel like clone sets or copy sets so appealing. Because it's kind of like what, and I'll shut up in just one more second.
Kirball.
It's kind of like what Apple Music did to music downloading, or whatever service you choose. When it became easier and cheaper or whatever to just buy it, people stopped stealing it. That's when Napster died, right? As soon as it was easier to do the right thing, then people did the right thing,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. I think an alternative is a lot of these vendors, after they produce their group buy set, they should take those profits and put them right into a second run of the set and not really announce it. And then, bam, they've got it in stock. Because, I can't speak on behalf of other vendors, but anything I do, I don't do group buys, but anything I do pre-order, all that money I put directly into a separate bank account. I don't touch it until it's got to go to pay for the product, just in case, something comes up or something falls through and I've got to do refunds. And I'm hoping other vendors are doing that. I would assume they are, but you know, I don't have any way of knowing for sure.
Never know.
I have heard
buys a lot extra every time.
Yeah, and they're likely buying those extras with the profits from the group buy, I would assume. I mean,
the difference there though is, see, when we're talking about this and we're talking about being incented, that's another problem. Is right now, most, or at least what I'm familiar with, most vendors have a group buy, and then they get to charge a premium on pre-orders and extras, right? Yeah. So it's like everything is the worst. It's in their worst interest to front the money, and it's also in their worst interest to keep an in-stock set, because extras make them even more money, right? So like, the Robin Hood version of a vendor is fantastic. I would love that. And I'm not saying that, again, I'm not on that side, but I'm just providing, you know, sort of the devil's advocate position here to say,
right,
what do they do?
I would say that if any vendor would take GMK set and front the cost, I think they have every right to charge consumers the quote-unquote extra price, because the beauty of group buy is that we go in early, we became the investor, that's why we pay less,
right?
So as much as I would like to see vendors fronting the cost, and with that said, I don't mind if vendors raise the price on the let's say base kit group buy, let's say on average goes for $130, $140 right now. $140 GMK group buys for base kit. When they become extras, they're about 160 to 180. If vendors are fronting the cost, every set should sold at that price. That's my thing. So vendor is not missing out on money, to be honest. It is their own investment. Sure, they're the one who's putting the money up front, and they have to be the one who's waiting, but at the end they're still gonna make money, good money.
And Frank, you're proposing that the base price increase and then just have them be able to recoup a little bit more, even though they're fronting the cost.
I think if it is, so here's the thing. Only one vendor in this world who's doing in-stock GMK drops, and that's drop.com.
And that's drop. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And they're doing, and not only are they doing like a one set, they're doing multiple sets and multiple times. And they're non-stop. They've been restocking Red Samurai, Blue Samurai,
White
Hennessy, White on Black.
Yeah.
Like non-stop. They keep coming.
And they even sell on Amazon. So it's like they're buying lots of it, right?
Exactly. So there is a way to do this, and there is a way to make this profitable, because drops sometimes do $20 off, $30 off on these GMK sets.
Yeah.
Right.
They're inexpensive
sets. It is possible to make money. And sure, Drop is bigger company, relatively bigger company compared to some of their other keyboard only vendors in this market, but it's possible. It's not impossible. They are making money. So when I was talking about round 2 and round 3, just thinking about having some of those crazy popular sets just going rounds and rounds and after available at drop.com. Who's gonna go buy a fake one? Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
If I can buy a base kit botanical,
I mean,
tonight at drop.com and get it shipped within a week and pay $150.
I mean, you're still paying. So Frank, you and I would I would say everyone on this call would do that. It still remains a challenge, I think, for people who are buying Keychron and I'm not talking about a Q1 or a Q2. I'm talking about like a K8 or a K6. Like we're talking about like a $80 to $90 board. You know, like like then it becomes a bit of a challenge, I think, to get them to pony up twice that for the caps. Sure. I mean, PBT is available, but still, like that's GMK still ends up with a bit of a price premium that's prohibitive, I think, to new people joining the hobby. I don't know. That's a price. That's not a group buy model question. That's still a pricing question, but I mean, I don't know.
And Theremin Goat says you don't realize just how damn large the drop is. I get it.
Yeah.
I've
And
been
they've
using
been
drop
around forever.
even way before keyboards, so I know they've been around. But what I'm saying is just in the idea that it is possible, and which kind of ties into like, is too many vendors a problem? No, I don't think so. There should be more dudes with loads of money, cash in their bank, should open up a vendors and try to become the next drop. That's better news for us as a consumer.
Yeah,
we need more rich fucks who are saying, "Oh my god, these plastics are making a lot of money for these young kids."
Yeah.
I don't mind putting some of this money into GMK sets and do these drops. I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
more
hell yeah,
options
we
is
need
good for
more
the
vendors.
consumer. Yeah.
We need more vendors. Sure, it's too many to track, whatever. I need more options. That's what this free market is great for. Like, I'm sick of shopping just only from Amazon. I'm sorry.
No, Frank, you're right. What was the context? Like, was Teja just saying it just because it's hard to keep track, or?
I think he was just saying that it was too hard to check, because Teja's, he's been in the hobby for a long time, but also he's really not at the stage where he's always trying to find the new things anymore.
Right.
Because it's just how his schedule is and all that stuff. Not his fault at all. Not his fault at all.
Yeah.
But,
no.
Because last time I talked to him too, like, oh yeah, I mod for this person, that person, and he's like, wait, there's that many keyboard streamers on Twitch? Like, he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Like, more vendors. Like, please, like, competition, overall competition is good for us.
And this is another thing too. Even if it's not competition, and I talked about this when Hammer Brother and I did a chat too. More investment in the hobby just puts more money in, and that buying power increases the appeal for anyone making anything, because it just further sort of, like, for example, like, let's say TX stabs, like, people are just scrambling to get on the vendor list for that, and they're making so many of them because they're like, okay, sweet, people are buying them, right? When there's that much more buying power, then it entices the people who are making stuff and producing stuff to just make enough of it to support the demand, right? Because right now most boards, switches, caps, etc., the demand, let's say even up until like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, was relatively unknown, or like a lot more variable, so it was riskier. And there were some comments in chat about like potential people like dropping out of the hobby, or we're seeing fluctuations or whatever. That's true. I think you're always going to see that, like, there'll be ebbs and flows, but I think in general there's still been a steady increase in people either entering and buying, and the money is there. So I think we're really kind of at a tipping point where it's like you'd start to see bigger investment from companies who maybe weren't quite as interested before, but are now seeing the buying potential of the group.
Right. So
hang on. Wait, Frank, let Project.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Really quick. So, like, I don't have an issue with group buys at all, but what I've been starting to see a lot is vendors who mark up group buys on stuff. Like, there was a recent post on Reddit, and it got flamed. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a TJR board.
Oh yeah, the Max F board.
Yes.
$1,500 or something.
$1,500 for a group buy. That means you are investing your money to make this board that probably cost them $500. That's like if a key cult went like, oh well, people are spending $3,000 on our boards. How about instead of having it $600, let's have it for $3,000, because that's how much people are spending on the aftermarket board.
Right.
And that's when I think it start being a problem, because that's not that hierarchy isn't meant for. That's meant for you to spend your money and invest into it so they can make the board. Now, if it was an in-stock board, you can sell it for $8,000 if you want, because all the risk was on your shoulders, and you took all the risk, and you make all the profit. But when I'm putting my money in and investing into the product, and you're making like $1,000 a board,
but let me ask you,
that's fucking ridiculous.
But Project, like, don't you think, especially on that limited run that Max ran, is that the type of thing though where it's like people just voted with their dollars and it either flew or it didn't fly? Like that board in particular was a TGR collab, so it's like the name carry. I'm not sure if they hit MOQ. And keep in mind, Project, I'm not disagreeing with you because I also thought that was a very ridiculous price. But I wasn't buying it.
There was only a few slots, right?
Yeah, and I wasn't into the hype for that. But there's going to be people who just read TGR and they're like, "Shut up and take my money," right? Like just that, like that meme of that kid like putting his credit card into the camera.
But it's only because of the aftermarket worth.
Right.
It's not because. So retail and aftermarket
it was 20 slots?
Are two totally different things. Totally different things.
It's like look, like you say about Keycult being $610, but Keycult does.
But it's
Keycult,
you, Kirball.
Keycult does those really limited Vickery auctions for 10 or 20 boards at a time, and they go for $2-3 grand sometimes. So they're not
they don't
always
even get a build commission. They don't even get a build commission, which Max is offering a build commission, right? With it.
Those are auctions, though, and then also Keycolts, if I remember correctly, are made in the U.S., aren't they?
They're made about 2 hours away from me.
Yeah.
The new ones are. The earlier ones were not.
It's still made in the U.S. and still only selling at $610.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I'm not disagreeing again, Project, but I mean that is like people read TGR and they just want one. Like the hobby is still at a point where they're like, it says TGR, I just want a TGR. Like, because the Jane still carries that.
It says Keycult, it says Bauer,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how much was it at retail?
Hey, listen.
It was like
I'm not. Yeah, it was like the same price, like you're saying, $600, right?
Yeah.
But it allows the people. Project, I 100% agree with you. I'm just providing what I think is the rationale. Like,
yes,
it allows people who missed out on the OG to buy into what they think is the mystique of this, like, whatever board, right? But go ahead. Sorry, I'll shut up.
No. And I understand what you're saying. They're still gonna pay it. They're still gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the word.
Man. The whales are going in on it.
But the fact of the matter is, if you want to make that much off of a board, you need to be risking. At that point, they've got no risk, and they're making so much profit. It should be illegal, to be honest.
They're basically just asking for investors, and people are generally stepping up to say,
So,
I like.
You would spend $1,000 over the worth of a board just because of the name brand.
Okay, so Project. So Thermi wrote on chat says the people who know Max F and who are buying a collab between Max and Sam are not the people who buy for resale. These are high-end, long-running individuals who are willing to drop on those boards. So they're, I think what she also mentioned about if there's enough interest for this board, it will go through. If there isn't, it's just not gonna happen. I mean, that's part of the group, I think, right? And I get it. Like some of the boards can be priced so.
It might also be that Max and Suki talked about it, and they were like, it's worth it for us to do it for this, and it's not if it's any less. So let's throw it up. We'll see if we get right.
But
like
there's no risk. How would it not be worth it?
Yeah. Well, that's a group.
How would it not be worth it? I just don't understand. You're making money with no risk. Why would it not be worth it?
Yeah. Well, Project,
I don't understand.
That's the thing. Like, it's not worth it to you.
Why don't you go to a bank? They already know it's gonna sell out. They know it's gonna sell out.
Project, let me ask you this.
So
let me ask you this. Project, let me ask you this.
Take some risk.
If it was $600, would you have bought it?
I would have thought about it.
That's why, but that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make it. That was an elite purchase. Yeah. And now I think I'm echoing a little bit of what Theremin Go was saying.
Yeah.
What go?
You're paying.
They wanted it to be elite.
Yeah, you're paying for the
Yeah.
exclusivity. You're
Yeah.
paying to say, "Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
but
I'm one of 20 people that got
I
this."
understand.
I mean, look at how much
I
a
understand.
key cult commission is. You know, you're
Yeah.
looking at $3,000.
That's
2
it.
to 3 grand.
And the sneaker community's been dealing with this shit forever, man. Like, you know, what?
Any hobby. Yeah.
No,
I know what you mean.
but I mean, sneakers have been around for a long time, right? So now it's like
Right.
there's a collab put together between
And clothes
any,
too.
Sure, but you put a collab together between any like famous person, ex Nike, and they put them up. They do a secret drop. You don't even know. Kanye put his name on the side, something like you never know, and it's like they sell them for like $1,100.
Right.
Yeah,
And
you're
it's
paying.
like, dude, that's a $30 sneaker. Like,
It's that-
you know, it's like,
bespoke, exclusive. You know,
But what if? Okay. So what if
you're paying for the clout, basically?
they were like, what if they were like, hey, we have a shoe here that's got Kanye West's name on it, and if you give us $1,100, we will make it for you.
guaranteed you get that. People line up, man. It's like,
Well, I can understand where you guys are coming from. I just think it was kind of to most people, it looks a little shady.
Right, and for most people, the
we know-
board was not for most people.
You know, Max F, he might be popular. Sam might be popular, might be good names in the community. Not saying that, but it's just when you are enabling them to make this board, and then I don't know.
It's like-
Usually,
yeah.
it was just like an in stock price, but with a group buy. If that makes sense. And
It was still coming down to the exclusivity of having that board in that run with that collab in your pocket. Like that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and now honestly I understand it a little bit more, so I'm happy I spoke to you guys. I can kind of understand the other side of the other side of the conversation. So you know, I can understand now. I'm not saying it's not a nice board. I'm not saying that, you know, it wasn't, you know, I like high-end stuff, but I would never ever spend $1,500
yeah.
ahead of time and not receive a product for, you know, who knows what's going to go wrong with it. Who knows how many delays there's going to be. You know
how many GMK said group buy I'm part of? I'm definitely sure it's more than 1,500.
Well, that's
Yeah,
your problem, Frank.
I've stopped
That's
joining
your
group
problem,
buys.
Frank.
I do extras now, but
I mean, let's be
just
real, everybody.
the ones I'm
You
still
already
waiting
have
on.
about $2,000 in the hole, just waiting for these plastics and metals to yeah. Are you
Yeah.
even in this hobby?
At least.
Oh my god.
But I really like the. I just swapped over on Ocean, and it's you know, it's a nice set. But of course,
I love in stock too. I
don't like ABS
pre-sales in
though.
stock.
I don't own one ABS set. I do not like ABS. I do not like the way it sounds. I don't like how it rubs off and smoothens out. I do not like ABS. So for me, right now is an awesome time for me because I'm getting a bunch of in-stock sets that I like, and it's the material I like.
The PBTs,
Yeah, and it's
great.
you know, I'm like
it's
hyped
also
up. I'm
good.
like ordering it left and right. I'm going like, oh, Noel, oof,
Yeah.
Fuji, you know, Notion.
And it's
I'm
good.
like, scooping
It's
up
good
all
that
this.
the original creators are in, and they're in
Yes.
popular colorways. Like it's
Yes.
you know, it's not like a new set in PBT in stock. It's like, oh, people already wanted this. Like Fuji came out before Fuji came out. Like, you know, like
Yeah,
PBT Fuji
exactly.
came out before GMK Fuji came out. Like
Yeah,
that's crazy,
exactly.
right?
And I'm with you on that there
Great.
about PBT. I like PBT better than ABS, but I still buy GMK sets just because there's some colorways that's the only way you're going to get them. You're not going to get those same
But like,
colors
I'll
on
be-
Dasub, you know.
I'll be honest, they're getting close. Look at Noel. This
I mean,
Noel's
set
still
looks-
less
I just
it looks
had-
good,
it-
but it's less saturated for sure.
Yeah. I just had Fuji and Type 6.
But it's starting to
delivered
get
today.
there. That's the thing. It's getting there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Be nice if you got-
Oh, PBT seal. Oh no.
Oh God.
PBT seal was
Shinber's just here to start trouble.
Shinber, I sent it
knows
back.
damn well- He knows damn well-
I sent it back. I think Frank sent it back.
Let me get into a hot tub here. Or what is this? What soapbox? I mean, all this fucking English shit.
Stingray, about
Hello.
that. There he is.
Etsy.
There
Oh
he is.
boy.
Crazy, yeah, brand new. Just
Thanks you
came.
so much for coming in late and giving Kirball
Just
trouble to
smell it.
move all these names now.
Oh
It's gonna
my
take
God,
another
no
30
kidding.
minutes.
Oh my
I'm
God.
already on it. Hang on.
Oh, it's funny.
Just move Project and Triggidy on the left to the left.
Oh,
Man.
Thurman, can you post that
I
link
fucking
actually?
Shinber.
Can you guys allow? Can you not time Thurman out? Can you have him post that link and allow him to just in advance?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, Terry.
exclamation
Oh, thank you.
point. He just got
It's-
It's okay.
I
I
think
can
I started ages ago.
I
repaste that.
believe that mods can do
I got you. I
it
got
as
you.
well.
Here's the link. There you go, everybody.
There we go.
Check it
Okay.
out.
Because P Wade is he's designed a few things, right? So good to get his take on it, or their take on it too. Sorry.
I mean, I've got like all like the new
Yeah.
in stock sets. Like I fucking love them. I am in like heaven right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And where it's happening. I mean, I scoop them up so fast. I love
Yeah.
them.
Just don't get the
buy 'em too.
PBT seal.
Listen, so honestly, I don't like any of their caps.
Dude,
they
were
that's-
not
Panic labs.
good.
That's just me. I think they're like.
I got
think
my
they're-
money back, so I'm happy.
Did you
I think-
actually?
Yeah.
What,
I
They're
sent
what
them
just
a
not-
nice email saying,
They're just
"Hi,
not
I
solid.
understand this is
They're
a
not-
affordable set, and they're meant to be, cheap and blah blah blah, and selling all in kit for a certain price. I forgot how much they are. It's actually really hard to do, but I expect a little bit more quality of this. The alphas were misaligned, and the mods
It's
thicknesses are
horrible.
all over the place.
Oh,
I'm
was
not.
it?
I
Okay.
genuinely am not happy with this, and they just got back to me. Oh, so sorry to hear that. If you sent it back, we'll give you our money back. And the guy even said that they usually don't offer free return shipping, but he sent me a label, so that was really nice of him.
Yep. Same thing for me.
I just want to know who
Always
looked
good to
at
hear
those
good
before they
customer
shipped them.
service.
They don't.
Who? So no one opened up one and was like, "Oh shit, this is fucked."
But I
That's
would
the
imagine
thing
the
with
QA is
these-
howing with photos overseas or something
Right.
first, right?
So
Like,
I'm
yeah.
guessing.
They probably
so
had
if you, okay, so
pallets of
this
it,
is
and they're
when we
like,
get
"What do
some-
we do? We've got to try and move them."
Like by the
Right.
time they're in stock, right? Yeah. Sorry.
Just
They-
open one.
No, that's the thing. Like, okay, so I have this
Yeah.
idea of what's going on. If you look at any of their photos, promotional photos, not renderings, but photos,
Yeah.
they look amazing. The mods are sharp, alphas are looking great, almost GMK level, right? Like they look amazing. I bet these manufacturers are sending these guys a prototype that are just perfect.
Yeah.
The
Oh, of
ones that
course
are
they are.
really good.
Like cherry picking one
Like,
or whatever.
perfect, right?
Yeah.
And then when they say, all right, these look good, let's go print. Let's go print 500 sets. They don't give a fuck. They already got the go sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shimba, you just ordered PVT still? No.
But
Plus,
You for that contract.
that's
Yes.
why you
How
need
many-
to use. That's why you need to use a vendor. Well, not a vendor, a manufacturer you trust.
yeah.
Right.
And
So-
I hope after that, I hope they changed manufacturers.
Let me
Honestly.
respond to what Turtle Cat just asked. So
What do you say?
GMK doesn't do group buys. GMK doesn't run group buys. GMK takes orders and payments and then produces them and ships them. It's the vendors that are running group buys. If the vendors wanted to say, "Here's our order, here's our money," send it to them, send it in, and then sell them as in stock, GMK is not going to stop them. GMK doesn't run group buys. They don't organize group buys. They just manufacture the keycaps. So until vendors decide we're going to stop taking our customers' money as a loan and putting them on the hook and take responsibility for it ourselves, we're going to keep getting GMK group buys. And, Drop has started doing some in stock ones, but we'll see what happens. Exactly, Shimber. Exactly.
Yep. I think when it's their own money and they as in vendors, if it's their own money on the line, they'll be more careful about what they're gonna put out. which is also the reason why I was so surprised that Kinetic Labs are okay with shipping these keycaps out, because they are dog shit. I've seen better keycaps from a no-name Chinese brand from AliExpress. Or so, and that's coming from someone who actually bought keycaps from AliExpress before, not clones.
Which set is this?
PBT
seal.
PBT
Oh,
seal.
PBT seal. Yeah. A manufacturer you trust, like GK, exactly. And that's another thing I wanted to point out. Like, vendors need to find a manufacturer they can really trust and do produce good products that one after another. Let me tell you,
They look
pretty
like
much
Texas
any
switches,
other
keycaps.
vendors, manufacturer outside of GMK, they all have some sort of issue or had histories and stories that haunts everybody. Okay, Milky Way, first few sets we saw, great. Next few sets, we've seen problems. So there have now already been many do-overs already. Geek Arc, huge problem. Another one, second wave. Another one, second wave.
I got
huge
a
problems
set from Geek Arc recently, and it was great.
So that's the thing. Like, we don't know. So knowing that all those risks has come to us as a consumer is that mind boggles me even more.
And it's not to say GMK doesn't have issues. GMK messes up. There's been a lot more happening lately where people are missing keys, like with Hypercubes. There was no FA.
Missing keys, missing any quality trays. You know, those are always been the problem with GMK, right?
Yeah, the trays are, but I guess they're trying to help the environment. I guess I don't know.
They said they have new trays, right? They said they're developing new trays or something with the vendors they talked to.
Again, like a V3 tray, you mean?
That's what GMK Andy said in that Reddit thread.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
See what happens.
Do people have PPT seal to show people?
I sent mine back.
Video.
I did just post it again. I've got video, unboxing video.
Voodoo? No, fuck those potato trays. He's like,
and it's
forget.
I'm trying to read. I'm trying to read what
They're
Voodoo
horrible.
says on top.
They're horrible.
But they would also like a less popular set or new designers. Why would a vendor choose to run a GMK set from a new designer for like 200 units when they can run popular set? Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Voodoo, I think when we were talking, since you missed the beginning, I think one of the point that I wanted to make was, or the point that we were discussing was, is a group buy still a relatively good model for this hobby? And then I think most of us agree that group buy would work if it was new. If it's new design, new designer, blah blah blah. But if it was like round 2 of a popular set, then it shouldn't be a group buy.
Even stuff that's new, that's especially GMK. The vendors that are all approved with GMK and able to place orders with GMK definitely have the funding to buy their own products. And if they would stop doing these group buys, because there's a new group buy every other week. If we could just stop having a new group buy for
like
6-8 months,
the
queue times would go down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot Epsi's here. Hi Epsi.
And even
I was like Epsi's right. I'm like, where did he type on that chat?
Even the like over the course of the last like 2 months, like it's nice because of the amount of variety that we've had, but like when you look at and I'm sorry if this is a repeat for anyone that's heard me say this before, I found it kind of like it's really hard to pick because there's such an influx of sets, and the variety is good because you get to pick and customize and choose. But when you look at like what was offered February and end of January in particular, like every set was like some combination of gray, white, and blue. Like so many sets were in very, very similar colorways. And it's like even if you were like interested, you can't buy all 6, or generally speaking, most people don't buy all 6 at the same time.
Kirball.
Like, yes, you could go in on all 6, but like there were so many. It was like Race Day and like Evil Eye and Galaxy and whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Just everything was like some combination of gray, blue, and white. And it was like, it's good that there's options, but it's also kind of like you also know you're not getting it for 3 years now at some point, and like they're all hitting at the same time. It's like, I don't know, feels bad. If I don't know, man, it's like, I don't know. I'm not even sure what my point is there, other than to say it's like it's too much. Like it's kind of backing up what Epsi said. It's like 2 a week. You're never seeing them. There's so much money that you're expected to shell out if you're even interested. Feels weird because you kind of want to see the sets you love hitting MOQ, but how are you supposed to support that and then have like 12 coming at once? It's like, I don't know, like shrug.
The thing is, like, you also can't move away from the group buy model, because let's say if everything was equal, so like let's say there were 4 vendors, let's just say each continent around the world, so like SEA, whatever, North America, Europe, whatever, is one vendor, right? Then you can say, well, okay, I don't know, GMK Pink on Black is we want to run the set, and let's say, do they all go at the same time to GMK and say, hey, we want to run the set, or so that they can make them all, or would that piss off GMK? Because if they say like, oh, in August SEA were like, oh yeah, we want 1,000 orders, and then 2 months later North America was like, yeah, we would like 5,000 orders, right? It's gonna, for GMK, it's just like, well, actually, why don't you guys coordinate and make the same orders? But the problem also with that is that what happens if there's more demand for a certain color? And so, like, you know, what order do you put it in? What happens, you know, if somebody wants 50 sets of one color? It just doesn't matter. It's not going to work in this hobby unless there are more GMK factories.
I would say, Epsi, that's not our problem. That's vendors' problem. They can figure that shit out if they want to make money.
No, but it's like they are one, they are making money, and then two,
what
it's
GMK
just
is
not
not doing.
going to happen.
They're not the one who's hosting the group buy right now, right? They're not. They're already talking with the artists, and vendors are talking to themselves to organize this. How many sets they're gonna get, allocation, all that, and they're sending the money together to GMK. They're putting an order as a one order. They're already doing that. Only difference will be our money not being taken away early on, and vendors themselves are footing the bill. That's it.
Risk.
That's it.
I think the GMK fatigue is happening now. I think that people are buying
Oh yeah.
less group buys, so
I would
that is the trend.
Like 3-year wait times for GMK. Are you kidding me?
I'm totally all for that too. Like, more options are always good for us. I want other manufacturers to step up and get better at the quality, even if it means charging more to extend the quality check time and all that stuff. Just do your best to put out a good quality products and do it better than or faster than GMK. There are plenty of buyers with the money ready to buy all that stuff.
Ross, you can totally go into the extras later on, but you're 3 years behind everybody else on the set, like thinking about getting something. So you can start now, and you can just pretend you never look at GeekHack, you never look at anything else. You just look at your local vendor of when shit is coming out, and then you can play like that. That
I mean, at a personal
never...
level, that a lot of people are. I think a lot of my friends are already doing that. They just don't enter group buy, and they just hope for extra. And if they don't get the extra, they just forget about it.
Yeah, I've primarily shifted to extras. I'm mostly on extras now. Like, there's a few sets where I'm like, oh, I really love this. I'm gonna get it and really like support up front.
I'm gonna definitely. I'm like, again, devil's advocate here. Like, I feel like you're feeding into the problem. So you're saying, like, everybody here is saying it, not just you, Geroren, saying that, like, hey, vendors should be one that's footing the bill. It should be up to them. It's not up to the manufacturer. It's not up to GMK. Vendors should organize it. But here you're going to saying, hey, I'm buying extras. Guess what? Extras means more money for the vendor. Extra money.
I made that point like 30 minutes ago. I totally back you up. I totally back you up.
We talked about that too. And then one of the reason, and I don't know if you were here when I repeat this point to Voodoo, but we're only talking about group buy wouldn't work. I wish vendors would not do group buy for the sets that we know for sure are successful. For example, I said Botanical Round 2. We didn't need to group buy. Like, everyone knew we were gonna hit MOQ. There's no doubt about that. Now, what was the thing we just said?
extras cost going into the pocket
Right.
of the vendor.
I also said if vendors are footing the bill, they absolutely have the rights to charge us base kit at extra price get go. Like I really think that the
Yes.
benefit of as we
Yeah,
all know,
I mean-
benefit of group buy is that you're investing your own money to $150, $140 base kit, right? If you're not doing that, I don't mind paying extra price if I don't have to give my money up front for wait 2-3 years. I can do more with that $130, $150 and make more money doing literally investing something else than waiting for plastic keycaps that I might not be into anymore in 3 years down. So
Yeah.
if it is round 2 or round 3 of something that we know for sure they're gonna do well, that already has a huge success in round 1, aftermarket price is going at $300 easy. Round 2, if you want to sell it again as a vendor, hell yeah, you better put your money down and then invest into the community. And yes, consumers, if you don't want group buy, if you don't want to wait, guess what? You have to be ready to pay that price too. And I'm totally fine with that.
And also, I mean, if it's offered in stock, they can make more money because, like you said, extras are like what, 180. If they offered all those sets in stock and charged 180, I think everyone would still buy them, and they'd make an extra, $50 off each set. That adds up when you know.
And they're taking the opportunity cost loss, and so
Frank, I would also
I
agree.
think you guys
generally-
said it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I think you said it when I went to grab water, but yeah, if they were doing in stock, I would expect the pricing to reflect extras pricing, not group buy pricing, because that's kind of
Yeah, but risk was on them, so
that's why it's okay to pay extra. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, because
So is it
they
okay
had all the
for-
risk,
Right.
and they get all the reward because they took all the risk.
Right, and I'm okay with that.
So it also it's going to exclude a lot of this. Like you guys are talking about small vendors or small designers and things like that. And like if it went to the vendor model, they just don't have enough capital to be able to buy sets. Like how much is 100 sets? 100 sets is
That was
like
I was curious
10K.
about that too, Epsi.
Can I-
Yeah.
I'll spill the beans a little bit. I'm not spilling the beans, but
There's a big
MOQ
discount
for
when you buy
smaller
them in bulk,
manufacturers
whatever.
are about around 200 sets.
Right.
MOQ.
No, we're talking GMK,
Well,
right?
Yeah, I just looked
No,
on.
we're not just talking about GMK. GMK is not even taking on other vendors than other just handful of vendors right now. Anyways.
Yeah, I just looked on Unikey's site and posted the link a minute ago. Their MOQ for standard colors are 150, custom colors are 250. So it's not as high as people think. You don't have to buy 2,000 sets to get a GMK run.
And
I mean-
Kirball, does that include all of the alt kits as well, or just the base? Like if you hit MOQ on the base, will they run the alt kits as well, or no?
I think it's probably 150 per kit.
Per
I would
kit.
imagine. But I think they need to go back to all the stuff being included in a base kit. I don't like having to buy 6 different kits, because a lot of times when I'm buying a GMK set, I'm not getting it for a year and a half. I don't know what I'm putting it on. I don't know.
The other thing.
Really, Project, you had to go and move everything around.
No, just wait for him to come back.
He'll
Is
put
he
his
coming
camera back on. That also I think speaks to the value of those PBT sets, because not only, let's say, are they about $100, not only are they in stock, not only do they include the base kit, they also come with like 2 extra trays with like a couple of novelties, like the novelties.
Yeah.
They come with Alice support. It's like it's not like you're paying $100 for $140 worth of caps. Like, if you compare like a GMK base kit or whatever, it's like you're paying $100 for like $300 worth of caps, like on the other side. So the value is there for sure. And I think the fact that you're seeing them sell out is indicative of what the hobby is, I'll just say what the hobby is looking for. There's always going to be people like Frank over here who's like, oh, sorry, it's this way on Kirball's screen, maybe.
It's the other way.
Yeah, it is the other. There, he's on that side. Basically, that are going to be in for like 20 GMK sets or whatever he's got coming here. But like generally speaking, I think people
I'm at
are
like 7.
look. Like, look, I've got a spreadsheet. I don't put the dollars down, but I do
don't.
put what I have to check off when I receive.
I don't
it.
keep up with it. I just wait and get surprised when I get the email it's shipping soon. I don't even remember some of the sets I'm in. I have to like go through and look it up.
Yeah,
What was I gonna say? I had something a second ago. Oh well, I forgot.
I have yet to ever receive a GMK by personally.
Hey,
Yeah,
Really?
I still haven't got my first group buy that I've entered. All the GMK stuff I have is extras.
yeah. I mean, I've
I'm
been
still
done
waiting
for
on
about a
Evil
year now,
Dolch.
so.
Apparently, it's everybody else in the world's got it, except for those of us that had to go through Kono.
All the GNK sets that I have are either from drop.com or extras. That's it.
Same. And for me, Mech Market. I did buy my
Mech
Future.
Market, yeah, too.
I bought my Future Funk after
I see,
market.
I see.
Yeah.
I got let's see, I got PBT 909 on aftermarket for $60 brand new.
Nice.
Not
Very
bad.
good. That's good.
Not bad.
Yeah, I
That
think
cyberboard pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
I think Project lives on Mech Market.
Yeah, no, so
you've got something
you
new
can
every week that you bought
find-
aftermarket.
You can find
You
some
can
really
find
good
some
stuff.
deals. Yeah, but you like I said,
my-
you gotta be there all the time because they
My,
go quick.
Frog here. Okay, I scooped this off Mech Market, and it came with a hot swap PCB, a soldered PCB, extras, a bunch of extras, and it was 500. That's pretty good.
I
So
got
retail or a little under retail.
Nah, I just got mine ordered from Swag Keys for $411, but they didn't charge me for the
Which one did you-
plates.
Which
I
one
got-
did you
I
get?
got extra plates. I got the purple and
The purple.
Gazoo's
Yeah,
got the black one.
that's
They're
what-
both. They're coming Tuesday, so.
This one's right here is a purple one. If you want to see how it looks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't really see because my webcam's a piece of shit, but it's nice though. It's
thought
nice.
the
It's
wife-
a really nice.
I thought the wife gave you permission to use the DSLR. Just-
Yeah, I'm fucking lazy, dude.
Okay, the truth comes out, huh?
Oh,
If it's-
yeah, I'm fucking lazy.
If it's not
I
shopping,
would have to order like a rail for it because it's way heavier than what I have now. I'd have to
Yeah,
order
you
like a
would
new
need a new
rail.
mounting system.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a
So
$20 tripod at Walmart for my face cam.
Okay, so
it's not bad.
I think
I was
we
gonna say.
talked about group buy quite a lot, and then I think we touched upon the GNK and the other manufacturers, and then I think we covered all of that pretty well. I think it's definitely one of the conversations that can lead to other topics and other subtopics of this hobby, and we can probably go forever. And we've been going on for hour and a half already, something like that. But that's crazy. And I think I really appreciate all the comments and thoughts and opinions on the chat. I really appreciate that, everybody. We can maybe move on to a next topic if we can kind of related, and then that is also something we slightly touched on, which is the talk about the clones, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, let's. I know.
Hey, I'm gonna
Epsi-
get. If we're switching topics, I'm gonna
clones.
grab a soda. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. I know Epsi's dying to talk about clones.
Damn clones, man.
So-
Clones. Are they human?
We don't talk about clones. Oh.
I believe the majority of us are against clones.
Fuck you, Kirball.
Okay. I think when Gio comes around, when he comes back,
Fuck
let's
you,
go
Kirball.
around the table and say one sentence about your thought on clones. Just one sentence, and we'll just go around and say one sentence, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. I'm gonna do a quick restroom run since he's doing a soda run. I'll be
All right.
back.
Let me say hello to people in the chat. Nice seeing everybody. Kujo, hello. Stingray Shuffle, hello. Hammer Brothers been around. Shimber's been around. P Knuckles, yes, hello.
Stingray.
Welcome. Dr. Huru's here, hello. Give it a shout out.
A lot of people in
been
chat.
here. Yeah.
A lot of
Why am
What
I
about
getting
Switch
3 ads?
clones, huh? Yeah.
everyone hates clones, but what about Switch clones?
No one's buying that shit other than the manufacturers who are putting them in the
Give
cheap
Stelios,
$20
please.
Amazon board. Give Stelios, please.
Stelios.
Man.
Stelios.
I'll take some. Yeah.
Become Asian Batman. What the? No, this is not my stream. I cannot do Batman right now.
Yes, you can. You can do
No.
Batman.
Come back on Thursday.
No, I
on my
can't.
Where is clones? Where are the clones?
Something else.
Terrible. That's terrible. All right, Gio got a can of Diet Coke. Perfect.
Diet
Gio,
Coke.
we're gonna do before we start talking about that. We're gonna go around the table and say one sentence about your thoughts on clones. One sentence.
Who's going first?
I will. I think clones are bad. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I'll go.
Triggidy?
I don't think clones are
Perfect.
nice, but I understand why some people buy them.
I would like echo Frank's statement 100%. I'm like, ooh,
Wait a second.
like let me tell you with one I'll add one thing though. I don't have any clone sets on my shelf. Like I would never buy a clone set, but
You understand why some people
would-
do.
I was gonna say
One
like,
sentence.
I feel fortunate
Right,
enough
one
to be
sentence. Motherfuckers, one sentence.
I'm sorry.
able to
it's a-
not have to buy them. So
Run-on
yeah,
sentence,
yeah.
okay? It's a run-on. It just
the run on.
it doesn't end. It just keeps. It just put
Alright. Triggidy, go.
comma and
So-
no.
One sentence.
So the reason that clones exist, I think, has a lot to do with the group buy model anyway, and the availability. And so I think that is really the heart of the problem there. That's all.
3 sentences. Nice. Epsi, go. One sentence.
Makes things cheaper.
I can sum it up. I can sum it up in one word: theft.
All right. All
I-
right, folks.
I
mean,
kind of.
Is one sentence was one word a sentence?
No, Insty called him out on the same thing. He's like, that's not a sentence.
Nah, I know.
Okay. Theft of others' ideas.
Technically, it was a sentence because he says, "I'm gonna sum it up with one word: theft." That's a sentence.
Hmm.
Right?
There you go.
All right.
But
All right, let's
Um,
wrap it up. That was good. Okay, no, I'm just kidding.
Nice talking to
Honestly,
you guys.
Yeah, that was
tonight.
good. Yeah, good.
honestly, after hearing Epsi, it makes sense because having them exist makes other manufacturers want to lower their costs to compete with them.
Well, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that like the same people that make Novel Keys PBT used to make clones, or maybe still do. I don't know if it's that same Manu, but some of them make really good clones and come on up and they can make legitimate caps too. Just like with Stelios.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's like the Stelios with Zeal. You know, people were where are these counterfeits coming from, and a lot of these counterfeit manufacturers, I think, if they would shift from counterfeiting and start, original ideas, I'd be 100% on board with them as manufacturers. But when they're, profiting and making their capital, marketing it under the name GMK, I mean, if you look at them now, like you really have to look hard.
So answer me this: how much money has Olivia lost because there is PBT Olivia on AliExpress?
Probably
Give me a ballpark.
None.
Probably
because they
none,
haven't been running.
honestly.
They haven't run it.
Okay, so
She
tell me.
She
Okay,
blamed the
GMK, no
clones
problem.
on Olive not performing as well as she expected, though.
Hold on, MC, go ahead. I could not hear what MC said.
I don't know, just lots of other sets. GMK Nautilus. I don't know, GMK Merlin. Tell me, how much money have they lost?
That's very
hard
hard
to
to say.
say.
You can say that.
They didn't
No, I'm
lose any
saying
money, folks.
ballpark.
But
Give me a
likely
ballpark.
they
The
haven't.
way that group buys work means that they lose $0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is not like if we went to the vendor where the vendor had to buy everything, right? And now they've got stock that they potentially can't sell. But everybody who goes into the group buy, right? Like, and especially if the group buy happens before there are clones, then those clones actually make 0 losses to that person who's running their GMK set. Okay, so in that sense, clones are not bad. It is for the people who missed out, that don't want to wait now 3 years, they can get something on the meantime. Those people who buy those clones could potentially, in the end, after 3 years, be like, hey, actually, I can see the difference now, and I still really like this PPD fake set. I'm going to buy the real thing now. And it's just like, the other option is like the people who buy clones probably can't afford the GMK set either. Like you can say, oh yeah, maybe they shouldn't be in the hobby, but that's elitist. That's just gatekeeping. Just say you can't afford, so you can't be in the hobby.
No,
right?
and
You can totally have a GK61 Get Yellows with a PVT clone set, right? And it's there.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Now, and then we can go into the very small idea of, can you copyright a colorway? What happens if I have black pink? What happens if I have blue on gray? You know, like the 808, whatever.
Epsi,
you know, but no novelty.
I've had a similar conversation on my stream in the past as well, where it's been like, for every Panasonic, there's been a ProSonic. For every, Sony, there's been, maybe Sanyo isn't necessarily a clone, but it's like, it's a knockoff, cheaper brand, right? And it's like, that's not new. That's not like a keycap problem.
Yeah.
That's a production issue. Like that's like a product problem that's if anyone that lives in New York, you can walk around and find a Mont Blanc pen or watch or whatever on every street corner for like $50. It's like, but the same people, and this is exactly what Cujo said, and Epsi, you said the same thing. The people that are buying like a Gucci purse on the corner in New York are not going to buy Gucci purses. Like Gucci isn't losing any money off of those sales, right?
Yeah. I think it's still.
You think of half of Thailand is Gucci's losing money from half of Thailand? No.
Right? Like that's what I'm saying, man.
I think
I kind of agree with you.
It's still a little too soon into this clone thing to really tell if it's going to be detrimental to the hobby, but it's something I would prefer not to see.
Like Kirball, the number of I agree with you. I think even just the 6 of us, maybe the 5 of us, because I bet Epsi might have a different opinion too. Not everyone in this hobby buys, like 3 Theras or like a 7V or Norbauer boards, or whatever. Like that's not everyone in the hobby. For every, one of those, there's probably 10 people that are buying Keychron or NKEE or what, you know what I mean? Like that's not necessarily representative of the hobby. I think the Twitch streaming enthusiast segment, the people that watch it all the time aren't necessarily the greatest percentage of people that are there. I could be wrong. I'm 100% talking out of my butt, but
I would argue it's more than
throwing it out there.
I would argue it's more than a 10-to-1 ratio.
And it might be Kirball, yeah.
And like Lau Brother said, like now on Reddit, you can definitely see it on Reddit a lot more than you could 2 years ago. A lot of the people there are newer, not fans of the prices of things.
But seeing it on Reddit doesn't mean that it's more prevalent. Yes and no. Being on Reddit is because the hobby has blown up, so you're going to get more normies or close to normies. And I'm saying normies as in like being in the hobby normies, like just the ones that are real casual in the hobby people.
They bought a razor and now they're
the same people who are going to be like, I want to post this because I want to see some likes. I want to see I want some endorphins in my brains. GG. And then like they're not enthusiasts, right?
Yeah.
And so, and the other thing is like, so you guys say clones are theft, blah blah, and I don't disagree. I'm not saying hard I'm pro clones. I don't have. The only clone sets I have are white on black and black on white. Can you even call those clones?
That's not really. I wouldn't.
Then is like Olivia now is making money off clone sets. Is she not?
Right. That's true. At least a little like royalty, I believe, right?
Yeah. So I
that?
don't know. So you can, she's making bank. Does she care?
Another thing I worry about is scammers are going to want to go in and, take a box that they've got from a legit set they bought, throw a clone set in it, throw it up on Mech Market with a picture, and flip it. What's to stop that from becoming more prevalent?
Yeah, what can you do about that? Not much.
Are you talking about scammers?
You just got to be careful, just like you would with any other Mech Market, right? Source your people, and just like anything else. I mean,
are you talking about AliExpress, Kirball, too, or what do you mean? Or like those types of vendors, or just Mech Market?
Just like there's other aftermarket sites besides Mech Market, just people in general that are taking clones and selling them as the legit original thing. Because I know I can't remember if it was Oshika or it was one of the Australian streamers I was watching. He had ordered a set from an Australian aftermarket site and it took forever, and then when it finally showed up, it wasn't legit. And that's something that I could see potentially being a problem and an issue.
So I'm gonna answer Theramin's question. I think there's been a misunderstanding when I say Reddit isn't for normies. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying that because the hobby's blown up, there are more normies on Reddit. So, for example, lots of people who I know that are deeper in the hobby don't look at Reddit at all. We just look on, things like Geek Hack and other Discord channels. Right. And so it's like the people who are more normie in the hobby would be looking at Reddit, looking at like the memes, pictures, doing the pictures of keyboards and cars and things like that.
Yeah, more not enthusiast. Basically.
This hobby has grown, and when I say hobby, I'm just gonna say custom mechanical keyboards, right? Either you're hot swapping them, either you're getting them from Keychron, whatever. Customizable mechanical keyboard is the hobby, and like people like me, are spending hundreds of dollars in GK sets and boards every month. We're like probably less than 5%, I think, worldwide. If you look at all those YouTube videos that are pumping out
TikTok,
hundreds and thousands of videos.
Yeah, Triggidy's right, yeah.
Yo, they're not doing what we do. They're just in for whatever it is. Like the thought. Oh, does your spacebar sound like this? Those videos get like 500,000 views.
Like 30-second YouTube videos.
Even Hippio's most of his videos are on idle bow boards. Right?
True.
Like, and that's not. I'm not disrespecting at all. Right?
I saw it in one of his videos where he was. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Where he was saying.
No, give her.
He's saying, I put Thok in the titles just because it gets more views.
Sure.
He said for a long time I didn't know what Thok meant. He's like, and then he shows a list of all of his videos, and it's just Thok, and all the titles. And hey, he's not wrong. That's that's...
And then there's the other side of the spectrum where you get like Hamaji and who the heck else does it? Random Frank P. And like all these other YouTubers who they're like, I spent X on my keyboard, and then like the dollars are what pull people in, right? They're like, oh, you spent what on your keyboard? Meanwhile, all of the 5% are like, yeah, that's just a keyboard. Like,
that's just another day,
right? Like, it's a bit funny, Like,
to answer Theramin's question about the part of the hobby, since you brought up bowling, I was part of a bowling community. As soon as I bought a pair of bowling shoes, I was part of the community. It was not even the ball. So yeah, there's that $50 bowling ball shoes that I don't have to pay rental fee every time I bowl. That's when anyone would consider you be part of a bowling community. So
Right.
when I say if you're in the keyboard hobby, if you ever watch more than 5 YouTube videos about mechanical keyboards or modding, or if you ever dreamed about buying a mechanical keyboard from Amazon for $50 or whatever you can afford, you're in the hobby. That's what I would say, because that's how I started.
The thing about
10 years ago or something like that, that's how I started. I heard of a mechanical keyboard, it makes browns, and that's how I started. That's
How much does it cost to make a $300
in the hobby for sure. Yeah.
Wait. Metatim, how much does it cost to make a $300 keyboard? $300. But yeah, like when you said like normie,
Unless you got
I would
rubles.
say it's like any other hobby. There's different levels. There's different levels to it. You know, there's different levels to it. There's people that are way more into it, that enthusiasts, that high caliber, you know, in game
Right. There's different levels.
purchaser, and then there's people that have bought a $20 keycap set, and I would still consider them in the hobby, but I wouldn't consider them enthusiasts, you know. And then there's people that just like to look at the pictures on Reddit, and they're in the hobby as well, you know. It's it's like
It's
anything
actually
else.
up to the person participating, you know, to determine if they're in the hobby or not, you know,
Sure,
really.
that too.
Yeah, like self-identify, right? Yeah. I agree.
I think
Sure,
there's
we
also
can
a
get-
distinction between
You gotta also
being in
understand
the
that
hobby
this-
and being in the community.
Right. But there are also people who wants to be in the hobby but who just doesn't have the means to. And that and obviously we're talking about the cost, and if they're young kids, they just don't. They're not gonna have parents some do, but their parents are not gonna give them credit cards, spend $400 or $500 on keycaps and metal from internet.
Yeah.
This is some young, like some dudes from Twitch spending that kind of money. It's
like
I wouldn't discourage
I'd hope
them
their
to
parents
be-
wouldn't.
Yeah, but like I want them to be part of the, you know.
Yeah. I think
I
there's
want
two
them to
things
be
there.
feel like, yeah, I'm in the hobby because I'm interested in it. Just because I don't have the most expensive race car in the world does not mean I'm not in the hobby of driving my car a certain way. You know?
Yeah. Money shouldn't mean you're in a hobby or not. It's more about interest rather than money. So,
You know, I think there's a couple of things there that Frank said too. One of them being like, you know, most of my team. Sorry, Frank. 1 sec, and then don't lose it. Yeah. Like most of my team own mechanical keyboards. Almost none of them are in the hobby. Like they all work in IT. They're devs. They code. They like mechanical keyboards. None of them are in the hobby. So, like, kind of that distinction. Who said Epsi? Maybe I can't remember. It's like there's just between like owning a mechanical keyboard and like being a part of the community, or someone said that. I might be giving them props now. Yeah. Like that's the difference. Like every single one of my team have mechs, but not all of them. Like 0% would watch Twitch to give a shit about modding them or changing anything or whatever, right? Yeah, of
course.
Yeah.
Like to answer the question, Theremin Goat, he asked, but if we are talking about clones versus the real things or the issue with group buys, how much should we value the opinion of people without any money in the game? Well, they're consumers. There are only few hobbies in this world that demand that consumer pay upfront for whatever they're not getting right away. You know, in any other, like, speaking of cars and bowling shoes, whatever, like they're available. If I'm ready to jump in, is it really as a consumer who's trying to get into the thing, like, is it my choice is it my problem that I cannot get in when I want to get in? Like, if I want to buy a new muffler for my car, I want to go get it right away and get into it. Why do I have to save up money and wait for give the money to some manufacturer and wait another year to get the muffler a year down the line? I think that's what I think.
One of the challenges sorry, go ahead, Kirball.
I was gonna say
But
what Hammer Brothers said
they're
about,
buying though. They're buying
about-
stuff from Amazon and all that stuff. So obviously they don't have any opinion on copies and stuff like that because they don't know well. But they're also spending the money they already have. Right? Potential buyers, sure. Sorry, I cut some of you guys off. My bad.
I
ahead,
was gonna
Kirball.
say Hammer Brothers says about Kickstarter and crowdsourcing. So yeah, that's probably the closest thing you have to a group buy. But the other thing with Kickstarter, if it doesn't meet their goal, you get your money back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
so-
Which
oh,
I guess
on
is the
top of
same.
that-
I guess it's the same with group buys, but most everything hits MOQ nowadays.
Right. The Kickstarter model or crowdfunding used to be so cool. And I don't know about these because I don't go to that website anymore. But last time I checked, they're all same ideas. It's been done.
Too many
There's
scammers.
no new cool ideas that come out. And not to mention, just a few years into the wave of group crowdsource funding, there has been just so much scams and just impossible expectations and dreams and goals that it doesn't work. But new keycap, so that's what I'm saying. Like, people with the money will back up new design that they're really interested in. So that's why group buy for those sets, first time set, first design, brand new design, will work. Keyboard, it will still work for those high-end keyboard with a unique design that no one has done before. Sure, it will work. Going back to that whole in-stock thing again, sorry. That's why I wanted to make a difference between why we need group buy for certain things and some things vendors should take the lead for.
Well, if you look at Keychron, for example, they've always used Kickstarter as their model, even when they were successful. So, like, obviously, I understand when you're looking at the K1, 2, and 3. Hey, you're gonna do it on Kickstarter. How do you know how many people want a low-profile mechanical keyboard? That kind of stuff. It just hit the market, and they did. There was quite a lot. I think it was I think the K1 sold close to 500,000. I think, if I recall correctly. But like, even up to K10, whatever, they were still using the Kickstarter model, and now it's only just going to the pre-order model with the HHKB. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Their new one, right? Like, I also can't remember. I think though, like, so Theremin's going back and forth with a few people. I think
it's just different
I
levels
would-
of being in the hobby.
Well, I would still fall back to, like, owning a mechanical keyboard is not the same as modding a keyboard in any way. Like, most people who own mechanical keyboards would not buy a replacement keycap set. Like, and what I'm talking about is, like, keep in mind, like, for every one of us that buys, like, a machined aluminum mechanical keyboard, like, whatever, with a brass plate or not, or who cares, there are probably 50 other people who just bought, unicorn vomit in a plastic case because it's a gaming board. Like, I'm not like 50 might even be conservative. Like, it could be 100 to 1. You know what I mean? It's not. There's so many more people that are buying Corsair and oh god, who are like Logitech and whatever, like,
Right,
you know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
Brewmaster.
there's so many more that are buying that. That's not who GMK is selling their keycap sets to, because those buyers aren't going to pay 250 Canadian for a board that they buy off the shelf for like 80 or 90 bucks. It's not going to happen. Like,
They're good. I don't think we're saying that they are the same. However, I'm sorry. I'm like, when I talk about consumers and us, like, I feel like we're all the same as far as spending money, right? In a sense that it is our money that we're spending. I want to be treated a certain way, not just in keyboard hobby, but everywhere else too. If you draw the line, who's in, who's out of this, what this community is, that is, in my opinion, that is the definition of what gatekeeping is.
Toxic behavior.
I think everyone starts from somewhere, and that can be seriously start from buying the fucking Logitech.
And
so it's funny, Frank, because I am like the exact opposite of a gatekeeper. Like, I am like, lots of the modding I've done are on like some of the least expensive boards you can buy.
Right,
Right,
I bought
like,
a key crocky too.
dude, I'm not even like you seen me do it, man. Like I'm
Yeah, I
not
love
trying to
it.
like my friends, most of my friends don't buy the same crap that I buy, but I'm like I'm
Right.
trying to encourage them to get into it. So I'm like, give me your board, your budget board, and I'll
Yeah.
fix it and I'll try to make it better, right? Like, dude, I'm
Totally.
like I like super would not even want to be even remotely associated with gatekeeping
Well,
label because I'm like the opposite, dude. Like I'm trying to get, just exposure and interest and whatever else from the most cost effective way, which is why I agreed with your first statement about clones, where I'm like, my buddies aren't buying GMK sets, man.
Yeah.
But to Theremin's point, oh sorry, Epsi, one last thing and then I'll shut up. To Theremin's point, I'm not trying to say like you are or are not, because there's like gateway boards, right? Like into the hobby where you might buy a gamer board to start and then eventually become interested in something else. That's totally legitimate. I'm only identifying who the consumer, or I'm trying to identify rather, who I think the consumers are for some of these custom modifications, like whether it's extra keycaps or whatever else, right? Like, and generally it's not the gamer section of the mechanical keyboard market, like generally, and I'm not, right? Like, is that gatekeepery? I'm not trying to be at all. If it's coming off that way, I don't know. I'm just like super sad about that. Like, that's not, I wouldn't.
I think the gatekeeping label, I don't think there's any actual gatekeeping. There's no one stopping someone from buying a product they want. There's nobody, out here actively preventing you from buying anything in the hobby that you want to buy. I think gatekeeping is just something that people like to throw around to try and belittle others, or, I get called a gatekeeper all the damn time on Reddit lately. If you say one bad thing about clones, gatekeeper, which, like, the fuck out of here. Like, if you want to buy
It's fine to have an opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I just wanted to get that.
There's going to be haters and there's going to be, shit talkers always.
But see, people who are enthusiasts aren't. Most of the individuals who are saying that are like entry level users in the hobby. Because I'll admit, when I first entered the hobby, I had knockoff sets, but I didn't know. I was almost like kind of ignorant to it,
Yeah, and a lot of them are the purchase.
And then once I started getting into we probably all own knockoff sets. When we first entered in, you cannot tell me you did not own one knockoff set.
But
No.
I
don't.
But
I didn't. But my first custom was a Topper board, so you couldn't get sets for it.
Before I bought anything in the hobby, I got more active in watching Twitch streamers and learned about clones and the problems with it.
See,
so
I
I avoided them.
So honestly, I think a lot of the people who are offending knockoffs will soon enter the rabbit hole enough where they stop using them, or get out of the hobby completely and not really mind having a knockoff set on their one custom keyboard. I wouldn't imagine someone in the hobby for years and still buying knockoff sets, if that makes sense.
Right.
It comes down to what they value, and there is obviously, there's a difference between the clones and the real sets, or else we'd all just be buying the clones. There's a quality difference.
Yep.
That's pretty discernible, especially with the double shot ABS colorways that we like. So, if they do get in the hobby enough and they want quality keycaps, then they'll come on over, or else they'll just barely get in and just pay $50 for some HK gaming, clones.
Exactly.
I mean,
There,
with a
Mingo,
3-year they're not gonna
I
come
think
over
I
anyways.
reread all your texts on the chat, and then I think I agree. I understand what you're saying. Speaking of gatekeeping, I don't think having a high price on certain things are gatekeeping. That's not. However, if vendors and manufacturers who knows what we are doing better than big companies like Logitech, if they can come up with products that can really accommodate to those who might be interested in coming through to where we are, or
might want to but doesn't have the budget to, I think that would be nice. But I also see, you know, what I usually get like kind of irked by is that there are people who would so strongly and negatively react to certain clones and stuff like that, which can leave bad taste in, you know, people who,
That is true.
who didn't know, who just bought them just because they didn't know, you know.
It's simply like an optics thing. It's not your intention. It's just how it looks.
Well,
Right. So
you can't fault people for
if I can, like, hey,
mistakenly.
you know, if you I see that you got this. If you I don't know if you knew, but this is actually a copy of this original thing, and it's expensive. But if you're looking for some more legit quality keycaps than something from, you know, some other websites, we have some options here. You might want to look into this if you are ready for an upgrade in the future.
Exactly.
I think that's kind of communication needs to happen, and then at the same time where, you know, like if I wish there were more stuff that I can easily suggest. Like when my friend comes over, hey, I want to upgrade my keycaps. What should I get? They're not going to get GMK set, but I also want to give them a good option that they can go and buy right now. That's not clones, you know what I mean? So that's why we want to see some good stuff in stock.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Hey, baby Tater, what's up?
Slowly, it's happening too. So.
Go ahead. Let me jump in.
Don't pray users.
I love
what really needs gatekeeping is the don't pray users.
Wait, but then Allowed Brothers response. Excuse me, Alp snobs would like a word.
Alp snob would like a word. Show
All right,
me
hang
the
on.
mechanism. Where's the mechanism?
Minus DKP.
Don't pray, what do you mean? Advanced membrane keyboards, you mean?
So yeah,
I'm not
Doc
fighting.
Dr. Who's gonna kill me.
I'm not gonna get involved.
Doc
in
Stock
that.
has its own set of issues. Minus DKP, it's not the be all end all. They don't get everything. He can't keep my stuff updated on Doc Stock. I've contacted him several times.
All right, quickly, everyone, bring out your elf board right away, right now. Let's go.
I don't have one.
I do not have an Alp support.
I don't have one.
Sorry,
Frank,
Frank.
you're the
Okay.
only whale, Frank.
So you guys
Well,
wanted
you
to
have
keep
one.
this under 2 hours, right? I mean, I'm down to go longer if everybody wants to keep going.
Guys.
I will have to log off at 10 o'clock because my wife will almost be home.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, we should we could just do a round table and talk like
Let's go,
get
let's go.
get everyone shout out or like call out to their channel or whatever, like, you know, before we wrap it up.
Yeah,
right?
so I was thinking as we wrap it up, maybe a prediction of something that you think will happen in the hobby, something you'd like to see in the hobby, or maybe, you know, something you're looking forward to, or maybe your favorite or least favorite manufacturer, something along those lines. Any projects you've got going on, of course, you know, links to your stuff, your content, where that people can find you.
I hope that what we're seeing with of Fuji and OL, I hope that starts happening a lot with a lot of these pets. I think it's very smart speaking with the designer about it and running it as an in-stock PBT option. I think that's very smart, and I hope that will ramp up and a lot more will start coming out like that, because I will be in absolute heaven, because I'm loving all these in stocks like that, and they're all really nice. They're all really nice.
We're getting some qualities, yes.
Yeah.
So
that's
what I'm hoping.
I'll say something that I'm looking forward to. So on the, oh sorry, Kirball, do you want to
go? Project Builds, you want to like plug your anything? TikTok,
oh yeah, plug your stuff, Project.
Your Twitch stream.
Well, my Twitch stream is under my webcam thingy, Projectbuildsx. I like.
Hit him with a follow, guys.
Keyboards and mechanical keyboards accessories.
He loves Mac Market.
Mac Market, yeah.
How about TikTok? I know you started the foray into TikTok. Are you still working on that, or?
I'm just not hip enough for TikTok, man.
What do you mean?
This
You
is.
said
I thought you were the king of hip. You were the
I
hippest guy on
know.
the screen.
You're so hip. What do you mean?
I know,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm just not getting traction on TikTok. I guess I'm just too old.
You just got to keep at it. You throw enough shit at the wall, some of it's gonna stick.
But yeah, I mean, I made a really funny one. I made a hilarious one. I showed you.
Yeah, we saw
Kirball, right?
On stream.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw
Yeah.
it.
Played on stream.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was funny.
So,
Okay.
I can make good quality TikToks. It's just, and then also you have to watch out you don't offend any of the new generation and stuff. It just
it should be a crime.
Oh, do the dance,
baby tater.
Project.
will you do the dance again? Not this time, man.
Okay, not this time.
I mean, I may or may not have.
I have a clip. Yeah, exactly.
I've got.
No. Hold on. Let's not.
You can run the clip at the end if you want.
All
You
right.
can run the clip at the end.
Let's go around the table.
Yeah, who's next? Gio, you want to go?
I'll say what I'm looking forward to. So kind of tying into the topic of group by model and in stock model and whatever else, I'm looking forward to the Kaze that's coming out this year, because I think that's going to be an in stock. So, or I'm pretty sure it's going to be an in stock. That's a right. So for me, I feel like that's a really nice sounding sort of mid to premium tier offering that's already kind of in menu, going to be in stock, and you buy it and it's going to ship out right away. I'm like just absolutely in love. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be I think that's a really good thing for the hobby, and I think it's the direction that I'd like to see things going. So yeah. And I guess my stuff. So you can find me on Twitch for the most part at twitch.tv/Geroren. And my Insta is not associated to my name. It's at Dispatch Cables. So
do you want to plug Dispatch?
I won't shill. I wasn't sure if I was going to shill.
If you want cables, talk to this
That's
guy.
The guy. Okay.
Talk to
there
this
you go.
guy.
So you can either come hang out on Twitch, and all my socials and everything are there, or just look for Dispatch Cables on Instagram or the web. You can find it. So.
Dispatch Cables.
I've got a couple coming soon.
Hey, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
What am I looking forward to? You know, I think these are all good trends. I want more in stock sets. I want old GMK sets brought back so that my new bass can buy them. Whatever, as long as they're quality PBT, ABS, whatever. I want affordable keyboards that are quality, like the Freebird, like the Scarlet even. Like even Safa is a little bit more, but it's, you know, that's what it's trying to do. I want in stock, except I want those to be in stock. And so I want more in stock things. I want them cheaper. And yeah. But I think it's good trends. I think we're seeing good trends in keyboards and keycaps. Switches are still kind of expensive. I think with how many switches there are, maybe they could afford to get a little less expensive. But yeah, I don't know. I think the trend is in the right direction, honestly. So yeah. I'm Triggidy. Most of you might not even know me. I'm new to this. I'm not even affiliated yet. I'm actually pushing for that this week. I'll be streaming again Friday and Saturday.
Everyone drop
and then
follow right now.
Yeah, you can come follow me at Twitch TV/Triggidy. I am working on Discord. I don't have any other social media to follow right now, so yeah, just come follow me. And I stream normally at thank you for the follow, Ross TV. I stream normally at 11 p.m. on Saturday night, so that's Central time
Eastern.
too. Central. Thank you for the follow, Huru. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so
even
some
if it's-
DJing hours, up to some DJing stuff, saying some sussy stuff. I have purple hair. What do I have in the works besides doing some semi-regular streaming? I have a prototype in the works. I don't know if you guys know this. I have a prototype for a keyboard fashion advancement, I would say, in keyboard fashion. It's in the works. Its tentative ship date is March 15th, so we're coming up on that. I'm sure it will be
All right.
exciting.
Your mic's
Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up too high, okay?
Your mic's getting a little iffy there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah.
That's all I have to say. I'm sorry.
Advancement
we got through
keyboard
it.
fashion. Color me intrigued.
We got most of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Epsi.
Who's one second there, Epsi, because there is an obnoxiously loud alert right now. I really need to change it.
I haven't muted.
I don't know what's the deal with it. Like, I've got it turned all the way down in Streamlabs, and it's still loud as fuck and scares the shit out of me every time. All right, Epsi, go
The
ahead.
first problem you're with Streamlabs. I think I kind of want to support Domiki, and because I think they are making cheaper keycap sets, and with like kind of new colorways and things like that, which is kind of good. And they're taking on feedback, like, you know, things. There are definitely problems with some of their stuff, but you know, they're taking on feedback and they're moving towards, you know, what most enthusiasts want. You know, for example, you know, some of their lettering aren't so good, or the second B on Alice layouts, and they've started introducing that only on Latin alphas at the moment. But the problem with DMK I'm seeing is the trend of moving their prices a little bit higher, and they are getting towards that GMK kind of price. So
Yes.
I'm not, you know, like when you're looking at like, and they're moving towards a group buy model as well, and not just having stuff in stock. So I'm a bit nervous. I want to support, but yeah, I think we're gonna run into the same problems as GMK if they're gonna continue with this model.
They have really great space bars too, by the way.
Yeah, and yeah, like so they're innovating on that kind of stuff as well, and it's super cheap. Like I wish they would put a normal 6.25U spacebar into the spacebar kit.
And bees, they're figuring out the bees.
Yeah, and get rid of all the fucking Corsair spacebars and stuff like that. Like you don't need that. Just make it a 6.25.
Yeah.
I think they're coming around in that regard. Their kitting is getting better.
Rank, would you like to go or you want me to go?
Oh, you can go ahead.
All right. I mean, I think most of you know where to find me because you're here. Oh, I think I forgot to throw a shout out for Epsi. Also have a YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. ! YouTube, ! Twitter, ! whatever will get you all that stuff. I've been trying to make a little foray into TikTok. I've been pretty unsuccessful, but hey, it's a start. Like I said earlier, throw enough shit at the wall, some of it's gonna stick. Let's see, so the thing I'm looking forward to this year, I think is gonna be the Safa. I think a lot of people are really gonna be disappointed for sleeping on that board. I think because it doesn't have the flashy weight on the back or the crazy looks, people slept on it, and I think they're gonna regret it once they see how great of a board it actually is. And I want to say what my least favorite manufacturer is. Texie. And and yeah.
Fucking Texie, man.
So yeah, I just had to say it for Frank's sake.
As I'm losing taxi switches.
You know, Texie switches are kind of a hit or miss.
We can talk about that in our next topic.
Yeah, then
right
that'll
now.
be the next one. Yeah.
We're gonna save it for next time. We're gonna save that for next time. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Man, y'all covered all the good things that's coming into the hobby, this community. I think I'm on the same on board with you guys with the more affordable, more value in stock. All those terms, like I think, really feels like what's gonna come to us in 2022. As far as all the vendors that I know and what I've been talking with them, like what they've mentioned to me, it seems like many vendors are looking forward to have some sort of in-stock, affordable, and then when I say affordable, sub $200 boards that people can just pick up and order and pick up right away. I'm very excited about that. I think that could be a very easy way for us to recommend people who are trying to get into hobby, who want something nicer than what they're getting right now from Amazon. Not to mention the keycap sets that are being more and more becoming available through bigger vendors, but also independent vendors who are putting out some crazy stuff. Love all that. Like I'm very excited. I obviously those in stock boards are really not for me or most of us here, because we already probably have some other boards that are nicer, if not at least more expensive. But I love to feature these boards. I love that there are manufacturers and companies that are putting their money into having in stock boards available at an affordable price point. That's what I want, people to be able to enjoy what we enjoy without having to spend $600, $700, $800 or waiting for a long period of time. So we'd love to see that. I'm Frank Enomooshiki. You guys can find me on Twitch and Instagram.
YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube too sometimes. Thank you, Gio.
Let's see. You guys want to keep chit-chatting? You guys want to...
Triggidy got a big raid on his stream by Lightning.
Nice.
I think we should just move over to Triggidy's.
Move it over to Triggidy's stream. Well, I was gonna do.
Let's raid into.
I was gonna do a little marbles giveaway right quick for these 3 plate forks before I ended stream.
Okay. I mean, let's do that. So we should end the call now. Say goodbye, and Kirball, go ahead and do the giveaway, and then we can raid straight into Triggidy. And
Really
Triggidy,
quick.
do your thing. Do your thing with the raiders.
One more thing.
Come on
before we
over. I
go.
was already. I put on push to talk. I was talking.
Oh, there you go. One more thing, sorry, before I'm going to log off too, but I am, for anyone that's watching, I'm giving away a set of PBT Taro on my stream on Thursday. I forgot to say. So on all this talk about caps and whatever else is probably relevant. So if you're interested, or you want a spare set, or you want to gift a set or whatever, come by to my channel on Thursday and I'll be giving that away. We'll do marbles and all that kind of good stuff.
I'm gonna rig that shit. It's mine.
Yeah. It'll either be you or Incy for sure nabbing it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Other giveaways coming up.
A
I've
really
got-
awesome keycap set.
Yeah,
I've got,
I used one to build a commission board and loved
Super
it. Quality
nice.
was great.
Yeah.
All right, nice talking.
Got some
sorry,
prototype
guys, we're all gonna
PCBs.
turn off, and then Kirball, you'll do your shit. We'll see you guys in chat. Nice talking to you guys. Until next time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you so
See you
much.
guys
Kirball.
later.
Thanks, everybody.
Talking-
Yeah, and Theremin, if you want to join us next time, as long as you're over 30.
Yeah, we'd
you're
love to
in.
have you there, man. Let's go. We'd love
Join
to
my
talk to you
Discord.
there.
Hit me up. We'll get you in on the next one.
For sure.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Later.
Deuces, guys.
Bye.
Give me 1 second to reactivate my camera. And there we go. All right, now marbles time. I have to use the restroom, so I'm going to just go with a random for the first one. We're going to do 3 races. I've got 3 plate forks. I just got these today. They're up on the site now. For anybody that's looking for plate forks, they're in stock. I've got 100 of them that arrived today. So there's plenty available for those of you guys that need plate forks. And we're going to do a random one here. Yeah, thanks, Project. Sorry I wasn't able to keep up with chat really well during that. It's hard to respond to chat and have 5 people on at a time, but we're gonna go random for this first one. Go ahead and join. What do plate forks do? Give me 1 second. I am about to wet myself. I will be right back. I'm gonna run an ad. Go ahead and hit that exclamation point play and get in, guys. I will be right back. All right. A hath returned. Are we still in an ad? All right, guys. I'm gonna join. Are the names not on? Boom, there we go. Is that me saying I'm about to go? I'm about to wet myself. Sorry, I've been holding that piss for like 30 minutes. I don't know what it is, man. Like my bladder has shrunk to the size of a peanut. You got 2 minutes. We'll make it 60 seconds because I was gone for a hot minute there. You've got 60 seconds to join. Epsi asked, what does a plate fork do? Epsi, you know what a plate fork does. But for those of you that don't know, plate forks, these are useful if you are inserting switches on a hot swap board in particular. They're also probably useful as well for other boards, but a lot of times when you go to push in a switch, if you're using a plastic plate like a polypropylene or a polycarbonate or a palm plate, the plate will sag down as you put in the switch, making it difficult to but will it brush your hair? I suppose it could. I guess it could. It's basically you insert it in there and it holds the plate up while you push in the switches to keep the plate from collapsing and to make insertion easier, because we all need easier insertion. And here we go, guys. First race. I don't even know what map this is. Have I got the keyboard plugged in? There we go, okay. Alright, here we go. And it is anybody's race right now. We got 30 people in there. Hey, somebody's got an avocado. I'm not the only one with a fancy little whatever the heck they call it. Looks like... I can't tell if Cujo's the ghost. No, Cujo, looks like you might be the first one through the hole. Let's see who gets through there first and takes this early lead. I don't know. I've found that early leads don't really mean anything. Oh, Cujo is like already through the hole. I didn't even realize that. He slipped right through there. Looks like Ultra Kitten is right on his tail. I'm going to be building a board for Ultra Kitten pretty soon. Cujo is just behind that track record. Ultra Kitten trying hard to catch up there. It looks like we've got... Who's going to get through the hole next? Looks like Etheric, and then a bunch of names on top of each other I can't read. Cujo still holding down first. Ultra Kitten staying right hot on his tail. We got Incursio coming in third. Rosefade in fourth. It looks like Epsilon's there in fifth. It's hard to go by the list during these loops because it doesn't really keep up. Cujo and Ultra Kitten neck and neck. Both of you guys are trying hard to take that first place. Cujo's holding down first place. Let's see, it's still anybody's race. When you hit these spinners, they can be a game changer. Am I sneaking in there on third? What is going on here? Cujo, it looks like Cujo slips right through the spinner, keeping that lead. Ultra Kitten right behind him, staying on his tail. Looks like I'm still holding down third. Aetheric just took me. I'm getting screwed over by the spinner, which is okay because I don't need to win anyways. Cujo secures that first place with Ultra Kitty coming in. It looks like the majority of people went down. What just happened? Why did it keep moving? Looks like the majority of people went down this side that is currently the right on your screen. I went from third to back of the pack. We've got Cujo in first, Ultra Kitten in second, Epsi in third, Roly in fourth. What's going on, Roly? I didn't see you sneak in. Fifth, we got Rosefade, Geroren in sixth, Ross in seventh, Dave's back entrance in eighth, Pillow Snatcher in ninth, and Fuzzinator in 10th. Cujo, I'm assuming you want to claim. Just entered for fun. Go Ultra Kitten. Are you not wanting it, Cujo? Forks for top three. I'm gonna do 3 races, man. I like playing marbles. We're gonna do 3 races. Cujo, did you want it or no? If not, we'll just let it go to second place, as you're saying go Ultra Kitten. If it's it's a plate fork. So yeah, it's plate fork. You've got 5 already? Okay, we'll just go ahead and let that go to second place. Ultra Kitten, I'll onto yours. No need to mail it to you since I'll be mailing you stuff here pretty soon. And you are already in my Discord. Let's go to the next one. Throw in some votes for a race, guys. Exclamation point vote and a number between 1 and, is it still 60? What is, no, 1 and 54? I thought there was 60. 1 and 54. 35 is now Portal Purgatory, so if you're planning on voting for 34, change it up to 35. You can't justify $10. It wouldn't be $10. Well, yeah, you are overseas, so yeah, you're probably right. Fair enough. What's the map that keeps teleporting you? That would be Portal Purgatory. That's 35. Let's get those votes in, guys. We've got 2 for Space Chase. We've got 1 for Robotic Roadway, 1 for Portal Purgatory. Vote for 34. I'm surprised, like, Loud Brother and Hammer were all about Portal. I always say Portal. We're all about Portal Purgatory earlier, and now they're not throwing out those votes for 35. Here we go. Let's go with the first place map, the Space Chase. We're gonna do Portal Purgatory for the third one, just because I love Portal Purgatory, but we won't do it multiple times if nobody finishes the first time. Exclamation point play. Let's get this going, guys. Hop in that race. If I should happen to come in first, it will go to the last place finisher. I forgot to say that at the beginning of last race. I apologize for that. But exclamation point play will get you in, and let's make it happen. Playing some good old marbles. You won't enter this time. Hey, you can enter, Cujo. Do you got like we'll give it to first place, or excuse me, to second place. If the first place winner does not want it, we will pass it over to second place rather than re-roll, because we're gonna get everybody over to Triggidy. Triggidy needs some love and support. He has reached enough followers to get affiliated. He just needs to get the stream time in, as he usually only streams once a week, I believe. He is trying to get enough time to, I believe, how many streams is it? You gotta have 8 streams or 12 streams in a month and a certain amount of time, so that's what he's working on right now. I forgot to start the timer. We're gonna start at 60 seconds. You need a camera. What do you need a camera for? Then you would stream. Logitech C920. I've got several of them. If you need one, I can sell you one. So I don't need that many anymore now that I've gotten the mirrorless and the DSLR cam. Logitech C920 is a great camera to start with. I think that's everybody's first camera for a Twitch stream, and probably the most used camera on Twitch. As far as a top-down camera, it's okay. It's not going to give you the same quality of like a DSLR or a mirrorless, but it's a starting point. So I would suggest it all day, every day for somebody looking for an inexpensive camera to get started. Alright, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Who is going to be the first through that hole? Why is it going so slow? What's the key that speeds it up and slows it down? Feels like it's... Okay, maybe it's just me. Dude, the camera seems like slower now. Okay. Look at all those fancy shining glowy balls. Who's through there first? Oh man, this track is dark. You can't see much. P-Knuckles holding down first, I believe. Oh, nope. Looks like P-Knuckles, Pillow Snatcher, and Thixius. Let's see, we got P-Knuckles in first. Looks like Anthixius is trying to take that first place. He has. P-Knuckles has been overtaken. We've got, I can't tell, there we go, Mantis Bogan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Holding down first with Anthixius on his tail. Voodoo Bear in third. It's still anybody's race at this point. We've got these crazy spinny things. Doesn't look like anybody's getting yeeted this map. I see Hammer and Geo getting there. Oh, and I spoke too soon. Project Geo yeeted on off the map. See you guys later. Thanks for playing. Try again next time. Hey, no worries, Ultra Kitten. I'm assuming you did want that plate for it. Wow, everybody's getting yeeted now. What is going on? Voodoo Bear, Ace, Alex, Alex and Alice. Okay. I'm trying here. Looks like Mantis is gonna slip through there first, hitting that boost. Is it gonna make it? I don't think those speed bumps are gonna do much to slow him down. Looks like Mantis has taken first, and Curgio's taken second, and Thixius taken third, fourth, Cujo fifth, Shinber sixth, Fuzzinator seventh, Deeds eighth, Allowed Brother I am in ninth, and Average Baby Tater taking that 10th place spot. Looks like we've got just a few people. Insty, this is like, what's going on? You win like every race I see. How are you in next to last? That's not like you, man. What's going on here? And we've got Aetheric coming in at the tail end of things. Let's see those final results. Mantis, do you want to claim your RNG is recharging? You just need to throw your prayers out to RNGesus, man. Yeah. Saving it for something he needs, right? Mantis, do you claim? I see you said noise, so I'm assuming you want it. Hit me with that claim. Claim. Awesome. If you're not in my Discord, Discord, hop in my Discord, shoot me a message. I'll get your shipping information and get these out to you with tomorrow's mail. We've got one more final race. We're going to the greatest map ever created. We're going for the greatest map ever created. Hands down, legendary. The upper echelon of Marbles maps. Portal Purgatory. We're gonna run it one time. If nobody finishes, we're just gonna do another vote or random. We'll go for a vote. That way, if you guys want to continue playing Portal Purgatory, you have the option to vote for it. Here we go. You can go ahead and hit ! play once you see this screen. Hey, Ultra Kitten, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate that. Hope you are enjoying your Call of Duty. Hope you are getting all the kills, pulling all the weight for your team, and just having fun. I'm going to join. You've got, let's go with 90 seconds. Starting that countdown. There's Frank with his dun 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 dun. Can't do it right, but that sound means Frank is in the race. Alright, guys. We got 17 people. Let's go. We have Foot Chicken, Bearded Hannibal, Pillow Snatcher, Turtle Cat, P-Knuckles, Ross, Alex, 2-1. I think there's somebody behind 2-1, but I can't see their name. Cujo, Fuzzinator, Voodoo Bear has just joined, Instigator, Frank, Average Baby Tater, Hammer Brother, Incurzio, Instigator. Let's get in there, guys. Looks like Loud Brother just joined. You've got 55 seconds remaining to join. It is getting hot in here. I don't know why. It is cold outside today. It's been like in the 70s since like Friday, and then today it was finally chilly again. It's like, I think, what was it, yesterday it was like 77. It's kind of crazy, and that is in Fahrenheit, obviously. I don't know what that is in Celsius off the top of my head. I'd have to Google it.
Fuck you, Kirball.
Spaceballs, the username. I love that name. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Hope you're doing well on this Tuesday evening. Hit ! Play if you want a chance at one of these plate forks, Kirballs, keys, plate forks. I'll show them to you guys after this a little better. Spaceballs is here to snipe. Alright, here we go, guys. And it is hands down everybody's favorite map, Portal Purgatory. There's no need in watching everybody catch up. If you're not familiar with Portal Purgatory, you will see why it is named thusly very shortly. Why is it moving so fast? Okay, shift, that's what makes you move faster, I think. Alright, maybe. Am I just imagining I'm moving faster? There we go. So, you missed the join? Oh, I'm sorry, Deeds. Well, good news is, it's very likely that nobody will finish, so you'll have another chance. P-Knuckles, yes, there are still some pre-orders available for TX Stabs. There's also going to be a very, very, very small in-stock amount.
Whoa!
Spaceballs. Thank you.
Hands in the air, there's
There's going to be a very... Well, I'll wait till this is over.
there's a squad on your forehead.
Hands in the air with the squad at your doorstep. New map record. All right. Oh, whoa, whoa. Thought Bearden had it for... You're not beating that map record, average baby tater. Sorry. Would you be able to get some TX? Well, that's still 5.5, 6 weeks away before I get them. So if you want to wait that long for your build, yes, we can make that happen. What was I gonna say? Oh, TX stabs. So yeah, so there was about 70-ish still available for pre-order when I looked, but there's gonna be a very, very, very small amount in stock after I get all the pre-orders filled. Ooh, a loud brother! Dang, snatched that from you. I thought you were in there. But yeah, there'll be like literally like 5 to 10 of each size available as in stock. Pillow Snatcher, overshot it. P-Knuckles? No! That's the first time I've seen somebody get yeeted away from it, Frank. What just happened there? And for the in-stock ones, it's going to be a limit of 2 per customer. I may just end the pre-orders. A little premature since it already sold way more than I expected anyways, and just do in-stock for what's there, because I have... Excuse me, because I have a shit ton of orders I'm gonna have to fill in. Curcio! Ah, he misses. You stay getting tested. Play so you know when to play Lotto. Oh, Turtle Cat looking promising with that arch. Is he? We've got 8 remaining, it says. Okay, Alex, sorry about that, man. Better luck next time. No 1 point. Is there none at all? Not even the 6.25? I know that the black 7U were out. I'll have to check. I will have to check. Let's see. Whoa, what the? Let's see. So, what is still in stock? So there's still, yeah, both of the 7U 1.6s are sold out. But as soon as I receive this order and put this order in, I'll be putting in a second order. So something I plan on once everybody in the world gets their sets. Hopefully it's something I'll be able to keep in stock, like a Duroc Stab or the Cherry Clip-ins. I think right now with them being so new and just getting bought out as quick as you get them, it's probably another sub. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that, man. A lot of places you can spend your money. I appreciate you spending it with me. Hype trains. Oh shit, that'd be cool. Lizard Squad, baby. By the way, I hate Lizard Squad. That just happened. Oh, and looks like nobody finishes. Jeez. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that, guys. You'll have a limited time to earn exclusive rewards. Oh shit, we got a hype train. Wow, thanks, guys. Let's go back. Exclamation point vote and a number between, what did we say it was? 1 and 50.
Fuck you, Kirball.
Yeah, it's 60. Okay. Between 1 and 60. Vote between 1 and 60. Hey, Ultra Kitten with some more biddies. Thank you. Hey, we got the level 1 hype train. Dope. You guys don't need to spend your money with me. I do appreciate it, though. That is epic. Thank you so much. I think this is like only the second hype train I've got. I think I've got the first one back on my birthday. Yeah. So, hey, appreciate it, guys. Are we at level 1 or are we at level 2? I'm not even sure how hype trains work, to be entirely honest with you. The last map we were on is number 35 for anybody that's wanting to vote for it. It looks like it is in the lead with 3 votes. And The only other options have one. So it looks like the masses have spoken. Portal Purgatory it is yet again. Exclamation point play. If I win, it will go to another roll because there's likely not to be another finisher. But if there is another finisher, whoever the last place finisher is, will get it. Oh shit, who just gifted 5 subs? Deeds! Thank you! Now you're gonna get to hear this song several times, or at least this clip of the song. So loud in my ears. 2 minutes! Exclamation point play. All right, there's 2. I believe there's 3 more coming. What was I thinking when I made this? Yeah, the last place finisher. So as you can tell, I badly edited that, and where it says Lizard Squad, I put Kirball over it, and I put fuck over where it says Lizard Squad because I don't like Lizard Squad. Hands in the air with the SWAT at your doorstep. Oh no, Baby Tater, you just love chaos, huh? Maybe I should turn back down the desktop audio and that will help. Someone donate 10 subs. Oh my god, that would be we'd be listening to this till the end of the night if somebody donated 10. We only like turtles here? Yeah. I mean, you know, I may or may not have been involved with some anonymous ops back in the day. Yeah, not a bad idea there, Mantis. I wouldn't be surprised if that former username got. Are we done with songs? Okay, good. All right, here we go, guys. The most epic of all maps. One more time. Portal Purgatory. Who's it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? But for anybody that doesn't know what Lizard Squad was, it was a group of pretty shitheady hackers. Shitheady, is that a word? We're going with it. Bunch of shithead hackers. They were just a shitty hacker group that just basically wreaked a lot of havoc. If you remember when Xbox Live, Steam, and PlayStation Network all got DDoSed that one Christmas, that was Lizard Squad that was behind it. While I'm not a fan of Lizard Squad, I am a fan of nerdcore hip-hop, and I do like their song. That's the one thing I like about them. Other than that, I may or may not have been in a non-ops against them. So I'm gonna go turn my air on though, because it is getting fucking hot in here. If somebody finishes before I get back, it'll be a Festivus miracle. Alright, I'm back. The hype train thing, did we get to level 3 or are we almost to level 3? I don't know how that works. Regardless, thanks guys. Thanks to everybody that donated bits and streams. Was my name Zero Cooler Acid Burn? Nah. Nah, nope. I've always been Kirball for everything, everywhere. I'm not... It's never into ghosting and... Oh, Pillow Snatcher, over. Always going by Kirball or either just something random, but usually Kirball. It didn't work because it took you now. So, oh, Oh, missed. Do not let the train stop. I know some of you guys have it's okay, Deeds. I appreciate the gifted subs and the enthusiasm, but hey, I don't want to pressure anybody into. Ross finished while I was looking at chat. Ross, congratulations. Will anybody else finish? Hey, not bad. Only took 2 races. Let's see if the flames are coming in. Will anybody else? I don't think anybody else is going to get it. All right. Awesome. Ross claims. Cool, cool. Message me on Discord. I know you already have me on Discord. So yeah. So that's going to be it for the stream tonight, guys. These are the new plate forks, as you can see. They are... that map is awesome, Instigator. Kirball's, what the heck, I just had it. So KirballsKeys.com is on there. They are 3D printed, so, you know, there is those 3D print marks. They're $5 on the store right now. Check it out if you're looking for some. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us. 54 viewers. It's pretty humbling. I don't get that many viewers too often, so I appreciate you guys. For anybody that's been here since before we started the co-stream, I did build this on stream, which it sounds like a 3D printed case and it's very loud. So maybe next stream I'll play around with it. Maybe throw some polyfill in there or something. Just a question, where do I ship from? I ship from the US, North Carolina specifically. This was built with 65 gram Gazoo Phoenix clicks. Where do you get that? Where do you get what? What are you trying to get? Nah, shipping won't be too bad. Shouldn't be more than $5 or so. The Yeehaw macro pad. So this was a macro pad group buy from, I want to say, early last year. I just happened to have a second one that I'd been holding on to, and I needed to do something that would last about an hour just before we started our thing, so I built it tonight. I do have a second one around here, right over there. I'll show you that one. Is my ass hanging out? Okay, good. No. So, I've got these two here. This one's got a little dust on it just from sitting around, but... So, it was Squash KB was the race menu. Let me exit this, see if I can find the website for you guys real quick if you want to see it. It's the Yeehaw macro pad. Who knows, they may run it again someday. But here is the link to their to Squash KB's product page for the Yeehaw macro pad. I believe it was like 25 or 30 bucks in group buy, and it looks like the extras were 30, 35. But it doesn't have a date on here when it was. Thanks for the stream. A race for the second one? The second what? For the Yeehaw macro pad? I don't know if I really want to part with one of these yet. What switches did I put in this one? U4Ts in that one, Phoenix clicks in that one. Oh, where that keycap went, there it is. Just kidding, yeah, I assumed as much. Might be willing to sell one, but I don't know. They're kind of unique, you know. It's what else is really cool, which I can't really show that without taking it apart, and I'm not trying to do all that right now. On the actual, let's see if I can find here, on the PCB itself, it has like a oh wait, did I just, yeah, I can show you here on my unboxing video. Where is it? Let's see what comes up. Oh, there's a building one. There we go. So I can show you here on my unboxing video. You would like to photo it? We might could work that out. There's my old chair I'll be back to soon. But I want you to see the PCB. There we go.
That is on there, not to be confused with the TV network that was popular in the 90s.
Oh, I just went right over it. Let's see.
I think these are awesome. These things are too unique, man, too cool. I need to make one for my state, which is North Carolina, for anyone that's wondering. So,
Pick it up and show it to us. There we go. So yeah. So it has all these different cities and stuff on the PCB, which is really cool.
it actually is designated with the cities in Texas on the PCB.
Focus, you dummy.
That is brilliant.
Who is making this video? Gosh, they are awful.
Touch that I was not expecting.
So boom. So there you go. You can see the PCB has it's pretty cool. Pretty dope. I like that it's the little 3D printed star for the rotary encoder. Pretty nifty little keyboards. So we're gonna send this over to the homie Triggidy. I appreciate you guys being here, man. Thanks for the subs, thanks for the bits, thanks for the new follows, man. Thanks for just hanging out, spending some time with us tonight. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw something else there for a second. Guys, normally I stream Wednesdays, 10 p.m. I'm not going to be streaming this week just because I've got a lot of stuff I have to get done this week, and since I already streamed tonight. Thanks again. I'll be back next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I might be building one of my frog, or Gazoo's frog. Probably going to build mine first. They're expected to be here Tuesday. Also going to have another build coming up for a client, one of the winners of these plate forks tonight. I promise it wasn't rigged. One of the winners of this plate fork tonight, if we get parts or get the keycaps in. I think we're still waiting to hear on when the keycaps are going to ship. But in the next few weeks, we'll figure out a time when's good, and we'll be building a Tofu 87, the 75% Tofu board with the acrylic case. Underglow, all of that good fun stuff. But hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks to Deeds for the 5 gifted, to Anthixia, Shinver, Minus, Elvin, and EpsilonKeyboads. Thanks to Ultra Kitten for the 500 biddies. Thanks to Yeetus for the follow. Thanks to Deeds for the sub. Thanks to Joshito for the sub. Thanks to Thok Thumbs for gifting a sub. To Spaceballs, thanks for the follow. Thanks to Ultra Kitten for the other 500 biddies. Ultra Kitten, thanks for the sub. Wink2C, thanks for the follow. Theremin Goat, thanks for the follow. I could have sworn you had followed me before, Theremin Goat. Dr. Huru, thanks for the follow. Rosefade 2 for the follow. Incurgio 468 for the follow. Noctum for the follow. Voodoo Bear for the follow. Smoky Spoon for the follow. Wasabi 18 for the follow. Foot Chicken for the follow. I'm more of a hand steak guy, but to each their own. Geroren for the raid. Hammer Brother for the sub. Halloween for the raid. Crucified Pooh for the follow. And that is it. That is a shit ton of thank yous for one stream. I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. If you haven't followed, please feel free to hit that follow. Hope to see you again, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will be back next Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If not, maybe something random between now and then. If anybody here plays Factorio, hit me up. I got a server. We've got room for more people. It would be fun to have some more folks on the server. So that's going to be it for the stream, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
needs it.